Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. This is my Reksai guide. This is going to be an extremely in-depth and practical guide, all examples provided on exactly how I got to Challenger, maining this champion. I'm currently Challenger on the Oceanic server and the highest ranked Reksai player on OCE. This guide's going to be talking about my view of the champion, how I actually win games with this champion, kill the Nexus, climb to Challenger. Really going to show you some really cool concepts in here, guys, that I think will really not just teach you how to play Reksai, but how to play jungle overall. Let's get straight into it. So maybe you're not a Reksai player. Why play this champion? Why maybe pick it up? What's his champion identity overall? I view Reksai as the ultimate jungler. He is a champion that really requires you to understand how the game's played, teaches you the jungle fundamentals, learn how to read waves, learn how other roles work. Mechanically, he's relatively easy to execute, so it's not like a champion that's like crazy mechanics max. Learning how to gank properly creates discipline in your gameplay. You really got to be careful with the way you engage, you fight, the opportunities you look to take. Reksai is not a champion that's like a Diana where you can go for those awesome mid-game 5-man ults, run around, kill everyone. A really good Reksai game looks like, if I look at my scoreboard, 1 kill, 2 minutes later, 2 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills, and then another minute later, 6 kills. It's a very slow build, getting these high impact plays that I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I think about them in this guide. This is definitely a guide that's definitely going to be more catered to high elo players because it's really going to be based on playing with your team waves. You're sort of really reliant on your team. You know, take this with a grain of salt if you're lower elo. Some of this is not going to apply, but it's definitely going to teach you how to play the game. And overall, Reksai just teaches you how to kill the Nexus. How do you actually win a game of League of Legends as a jungler, not just as Reksai? What does it look like? But we're obviously going to get really specific into Reksai things in this guide. All right, so doing damage with Reksai, the max damage combo. Reksai is one of the easiest champs to execute in terms of his damage, as long as you can hit the burrow. Obviously, Prowler's Claw helps that a lot. Always build Prowler's Claw. I do it every game, no matter what team I'm against. So really simple. It's all about just using your auto attack as your Q as an auto attack reset, and then getting your E off with only Max Fury. So let's take a look at it here. Max Fury, E, and then I will ult. So the longer the game goes, the quicker you might have to get the ult off. There'll be a very common scenario where maybe I'll do this. I do only one auto attack and then I have to R because, you know, people are throwing abilities. I need to dodge some key abilities. You know, there's a skill shot going or whatever. But the earlier the game is, you know, you sort of need to really get these 3 Qs off. And sometimes it will even do like another couple of auto attacks. And it's really good to sort of use the mindset of your E as like an execute to finish off because no one really expects the damage. And the last thing, talking about the Fury again, you just never want to be eating targets without your max bar of rage when it's all red. I just want to show you the difference. You know, like this is 260 damage there, and I'll stack it up. And remember, it's true damage as well when you have the max Fury bar, and that's 560. It's literally over double, and it's true damage. You know, it will go through exhaust, all that good stuff. Early game jungle pathing options. So the early game is really important with Reksai. Getting that game knowledge, learning how to identify win conditions. This is going to take a lot of time. And again, this is why it just teaches you the game really well because you learn how to play through your lanes. So what we're going to be covering here is sort of the 4 options that I have as Reksai. The red Raptors Gromp into potentially gank or just go keep clearing my camps. The 3 camp red side, blue side into gank, invading, what that looks like, how to execute that, and then just a full clear mindset with this champion. He definitely can full clear. It is slow. This is for when you don't have much options. We'll have an example later in the guide about a game of breaking down that narrative where you're just a level 3 gank champ. So perfecting the early game is going to really be a huge part. We're going to have a lot of examples here. We're going to identify our win conditions, what I'm thinking, get you sort of thinking about the game in a certain way and how to play out these early games so we can methodically, slowly close out a game as Reksai. The really stock standard path for Reksai, red Raptors Gromp. This is an incredibly fast level 3. The great thing about this path is that your Raptors won't get counter jungled if the enemy's pathing opposite to you. Get those off the map. You also have access to more more experience in gold. The old path was the red, blue Gromp, many seasons ago, but that got outdated because then you're leaving your Raptors vulnerable. So a couple of really important fundamentals we're going to emphasize here is checking where the enemy jungler started. Level 1, must be looking at the minimap. This is the most important one. You need to know, collecting information using F keys, dragging your mouse over to the lane, making sure to see where they've warded. So you know whether to either do red Raptors Gromp gank, or we're going to show some examples of me just going back to my blue and then assessing, and then wolves, then assessing what I can do. Again, it does depend where the enemy jungler starts as well, because that might divert your path in terms of maybe I have an invade option, maybe I have a counter gank option. We'll go through pretty much every scenario here. You'll notice that there's definitely a lot of examples of me doing this specifically when you're on the top side of the map, the red side of the map. When bot is a win condition, this is a fantastic path. Obviously, when you're on blue side, you can't do red Raptors Gromp because you're going to be the opposite side. That's when you feel like top's going to be the win condition there, or maybe you're potentially looking for an invade option. So let's take a look at all the different examples. And we're also going to, again, as I said here, we're going to learn how to identify win conditions, what I'm thinking about in these games. This game, I identify bot as my win condition. We've got a hook champ Nautilus on my team. We've got an Akshan ADC that I'm against. It's a little bit odd. Don't say that every day, but thought it'd be a bit chaotic, mid scaling. I can kill Yorick top, actually. It's really, really good to kill Yorick top as Reksai. It's very immobile. Reksai loves playing against mobile champs, but this game I just decided, let's just do, red Raptors Gromp, and let's just see what we can do bot. So always when you start the red buff, guys, auto attack, then Q. Always use your Q as an auto attack reset just as you're killing champions. I always smite the red buff at 450 HP because I want to get a very fast level 2, get straight my W, and then go straight for these Raptors here. One thing I want you to really pay attention to in all my pathing, I'm going to reiterate this over and over and over again in my guide. Look at how much information I'm collecting. Look in bot, look in mid, look in top a little bit there, even though I'm not pathing top. Look in bot, look in bot. Bot's fighting, lots of chaos bot. As potentially predicted. Come in here. I mean, I definitely can't level 2 gank it. I have to get this Gromp, but I'm still going to be looking. I do even look top there a little bit, just seeing what's up. Just collecting little bits of information. It'll be really good for you guys to look side by side. This is the amount of information Nathan's collecting in the early game while hitting his camps, and this is the amount of information I'm collecting. It's simply not possible to play my Reksai at my level if I'm not looking at lanes as much as I am right now in this game. All right, so unfortunately, my caster dies. You might think, Nathan, that's really bad, Nathan, but I'm still going to come down here. I'm not going to let Akshan get all this free CS. I'm not going to let him have a free early game. So I come down here, perfect timing, awesome. Flash for that. Do a bit of a dance with the Braum. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. I mean, he's trapped. I'll just take some minions and then scare him off a bit. I'm not going to play his game, go around the dance here. Just last hit in here, waiting for my caster because I do want caster to get the minions. Auto attack the ward there, and then he dies. All right, so now my first thought here, guys, is Braum is incredibly desynced with his enemy, his AD carry. So guess what I'm going to do here, guys? We're going to be diving this. My mindset here is literally I'm happy to, because I don't have flash, I'm happy to literally suicide here. I'm level 4, this is level 1. He did just get level 2 there, unfortunately. Maybe I wouldn't have died there. Oh, he sort of threw off the tank in there a bit, but in my mind, that's definitely that's an insane base for me right now. I have 1,700 gold at 3 minutes and I'm level 4. So that's a fantastic early game. And we have denied a lot of experience and gold from the Akshan. As we see here, I mean, he's going to be losing all these minions. He's only 5 CS. Caster's going to be incredibly far ahead. He did get the level advantage from killing me and stuff like that, but, I'm going to be denying a lot of experience and gold from the Akshan. People always, I would say this all the time in my gold review sessions, they will go straight to their blue and Gromp, their blue and wolves out of base because they're like, oh, Nathan, I got to get my camps off the map. Only Krugs is up. No, Krugs is not only up right now. If I do beautiful pathing because bot is my win condition, I'm going to walk straight out of the map to Krugs. Then my Raptors spawn at 4 minutes and 20 seconds because I killed that. That's about the spawn time when that camp spawns. And then I'll just nicely be full clearing down bot. This game I'll be level 6 by 5 minutes 30 seconds if I just full clear and just keep playing for bot, stack dragons. As you can see here, I go to my Krugs, do my Krugs, and then I'm going to just nicely path towards bot. This game I'm pathing bot because I have a hook support in my Nautilus against a ranged mage support. Red, get a leash from my Urgot. Always smart this at 450 HP, get the level 2 super quick. Looking bot. So I'm identifying right now, bot's actually not really heavy trading at all compared to some of the other examples we've gone through in this guide. So I'm thinking, okay, I do see them there. Look at how much I'm looking bot. I really need to know right now whether I'm going to be doing Gromp, and then I'm going to be assessing whether I need to go to my blue buff or I need to go straight bot. I do note that the Hecarim started bot side this game, so he's pathing top, so I don't really need to be there for a counter gank or anything at this point in time. So instead I identify, oh, actually, mid's actually going to be pretty gankable because ganking mid from this angle is very nice. Obviously, I have the double bomb from Zillion. He's going to hit level 3 very soon. And this is a very common gank path. I love doing this gank path. There's very little counterplay to it. I mean, the Rise is doing even a good job of hugging the right side of the map top side. That's just how much kill threat Reksai has. So we get first blood there. I know Reksai's top side, so I'm just danger pinging top side. Make sure you're tracking the enemy jungle. I ping just the amount of information I'm collecting and amount of information I'm giving my team is going to be very helpful for you as your Reksai climbing the ladder. This game, identifying to path bot, Karma lanes. I love pathing towards Karma lanes. Karma is one of the most heavy trading high pressure supports in the game, guys, with her RQ combo. It's like the highest damage ability in the game, level 1, level 2. So I'd like to path to protect. I'm not so much there to gank. I'm there to protect, to counter gank, to make sure they get a really good early lane phase off here. I start red. Always need to pay attention to what the enemy jungler starts. And as we can tell on the mini map here, enemy lanes pretty much come out of, looks like they didn't really leash. So I'm looking here. Okay, that's probably a top, and then I start danger pinging. That is now a top leash for the Akali, so I know that Eve has started blue buff. Just doing my normal red Raptors, and this is really good for me right now because obviously I know that I'm pathing into the Eve, which is so good for me right now because again I have going to have a pressure bot lane. And, I have the option. I'm probably thinking here to dive, to invade the enemy red buff. All right, so look at the information I'm gathering here, guys. I'm looking mid, missing mid. That means that Orianna could be basing, going for a roam or something, so I'm terrified right now. So I probably should be pinging. I'm really scared that she's going bot, but she actually goes top, and then I see Eve top. So right now, what does this mean, guys? This means that her entire bot side jungle is up right now. She's obviously done a blue Gromp Wolves into a level 3 gank top, so they have 3 men in top here. So typically you want to tab over there and check the CS and then check the buff of Eve, but I pretty much confirmed that obviously she's done that path. I see that bot hasn't watered at all because I've been looking at the mini map, and this is just a very stock standard gank here. But again, this is not just like a blind gank. I know that the enemy hasn't watered at all, so this is just going to be free, and obviously the wave was in a really good state for me. So instead of going to my blue here, guys, I'm going to be going straight into, I skip the crab, straight into her jungle because obviously Eve is going to be resetting right now and going to her bot side camps because she can't take anything from me top side. I'm looking mid here because he's looking to try and, looking for a potential mid gank angle there, but, we're not going to be able to get that. All right, here we go. I'm going to be looking to pressure Eve right now, and I see her on the red buff. But it is too late, and my bot lane is missing as well, so I'm just going to be deciding to back off there. You might be thinking as well, Nathan, why didn't you go to the red buff instead? Again, that's the reason I didn't get the red buff is because my bot lane is recalling. I can't force a fight here. My mindset is just take the Raptors and run away because we will lose. Obviously, Nautilus and Jinx are off fresh base and my bot lane's base, so that's why I'm sort of just giving this up. So I just want to scare off a little bit with that ward, scare off with the plant, be like, hey, I'm in your jungle, I'm pressuring you. This game, I'm identifying top as where I want to be pathing towards this game. You might be thinking, Nathan, there's a Thresh, versus Rakan, here's a hook champ. Rakan, Ezreal, this is a very weak lane. They're actually going to be, slightly hard to gank. It is possible still to path bot to protect, but, I got an Ignite Yorick. I know this guy specifically. He loves taking early heavy trades, and I love killing Aurelia early game. Melee. This is a dream for Reksai. This is what I'm looking for. Bot is going to be a little bit tricky for me, especially once Rakan gets level 6. So this is obviously a bit different. Obviously, I've had a lot of examples pathing towards bot. So just do red, path in towards top. I see the enemy jungler start. Always good to be checking when the enemy jungler starts. That's a blue start. So I also know I'm matching Diana, which is really, really important information. So just pathing towards top, looking top. And I see that Aurelia actually does have control of this lane, and I know Diana's pathing top. So right now, I'm literally thinking right now, top is actually ungankable if I go straight for Gromp. So already right now, you see how I'm looking right? I see that she wards this bush as well. Really important, again, guys, looking at the map, looking at the map, so you have clean early games. Because now I know instantly, go to my blue buff. There's nothing for me to do here. Top is not gankable. It's just a waste of time to gank this. I'll get counter ganked, and it's just not a high impact gank because I don't deny any CS from the Aurelia. Clear. I do see mids pushed up right now. Keep clearing my camps. I'm looking top because now I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to be doing after this? Am I going to look to gank top, or am I going to be looking to counter gank mid? Again, I do know that Diana is around this top river, but I'm very confident in our 2v2 that we can win this anyway. So I'm just coming towards top. I know this is watered as well, guys, remember? But I'm obviously identifying the wave here. It doesn't really matter. I should be able to quickly come here and clean her up. And then that's the first blood for us there. So what I end up deciding to do, I'm literally just going to come top again and just repeat kill top. Obviously, her wave is in a really, really bad state right now. Decide just to back off there, take the small win on the flash. And she just decides to walk up here, and then we kill her there. So you might be thinking, Nathan, why didn't you flash after her here? My mindset here is, I sort of know she's already screwed here, you know, based on her wave and stuff. I don't want to just want to kill her right now because I want to wait for the wave to build a little bit bigger. Then we can potentially deny dive the wave. I think it's fine for me to kill here as well. You know, maybe I'm potentially letting Yorick die here. I should go after this, but that's sort of why I'm just playing a little bit slow. I'm very, very conservative with my flash on Reksai. I'm not just going to blow. I'm really going to think about what's the level of impact I'm going to get for this flash. All right, so this game, I'm actually identifying top as a win condition. You might be very scared here thinking, you know, why Akali? Isn't Akali weak early? You know, Mordekaiser, again, I love killing on Reksai. Vulnerable champions in terms of melee champs. And, you know, Nautilus, Kai'Sa, yeah, sure. You know, maybe I'm giving Jhin, Yuumi a free lane here, but I'm confident we can win the game through Akali because Akali shreds these champions, guys. Also Zed as well. I got a double assassin comp against 4 squishies. Like, I just play through topside to win this game. It doesn't even matter. I want to see what happens, but that's my mindset going into this. Red, Raptors Gromp. All right, so this game's a little bit interesting here. The Nidalee has actually decided to vertical me. So this is going to be an adaptation scenario. I wanted to go top. Obviously now I can't because she's taking my camps. So I can't really fight Nidalee. Level 2 Reksai is very, very weak. So I'm just pinging right now that Nidalee is topside. Now I just get my Krugs for level 3. And look at this, guys. This is how important win condition identification is. I decide to even go top anyway here. Because guess what the enemy team's going to think I'm doing? They think that Mordekaiser thinks he's very safe. Nidalee thinks he's safe. I do just see a wall go off there. And they think that I'm going to be going to the blue right there. So right now, I'm literally just doing my very famous, infamous path here. I see on the Tremor Sense, obviously Nidalee's not around here. She's definitely left her jungle defending her camps right now. Just looking. I identified top as not gankable at all there. Looking for the Raptors. Raptors are gone there. Just patience. Gathering some information. Zed's recalled. I look for the Krugs. I definitely know the Krugs are up there. I definitely could take them. Maybe I should have run straight to the Krugs and taken them, to be honest. And then gank this in hindsight. And then come top here. And then here we go. My win condition is rolling. Again, these champions are very, very easy for me to kill. 1, 2 auto attacks, E, and that's first blood for my Akali, which is fantastic. This game, I'm identifying bot as my win condition. Kalista is I view Kalista as a Draven Very, very important that she gets strong early lane phase. I have a Lucian Karma, which is a very strong lane. To be honest, it is a bit risky pathing towards bot. I might not have priority, but I just think it's going to be pure chaos. I just want to get here ASAP. Red Raptors Gromp, let's go. I definitely could see pathing top, maybe even full clearing top as an option this game, but I just wanted to do this game. Let's see how it goes. I see the enemy jungler start red, which is very, very good for me, guys, because now I know that bot lane is all mine. I'm against a Nunu mid here. I see Nunu. Look at the information I'm giving my team. I'm instantly telling him that Nunu's level 2 ganking top. Looking at lanes, looking at lanes, looking at lanes, guys. Really, really important. If Fiora''s playing safe now, she's respecting the Nunu. Nunu doesn't gank that. He goes back to mid. Syndra solo kills the Nunu, which is fantastic for me. This makes this game very easy. And looking at mid, I'm really paying attention to mid and mid wave, what's going on there. She's just going to recall. She's got the wave in a very good state for her right now, so I'm thinking about that mid. It's frozen on her side. And I'm looking straight mid. So I do look bot as well, but remember, guys, right now, the only thing I can really do here is dive bot. You know, the enemy bot lane is still pretty healthy. They have all sums because of what I've been looking there. I'm actually very much prioritizing re-ganking the Nunu mid here. As you can see, I'm really paying attention to mid, but then I see the Lucian really low HP. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go straight here and dive on this massive wave, just League of Legends 101. And again, this is the option here. This is just fantastic for me. This is, you just win a game off stuff like this as Reksai, guys. That's why pathing is very, very important. So potentially screw that up a little bit there, but that just really makes it easy for us. Kill him, deny lots of CS, fantastic. All right, so then I decide to go mid here, looking for a, deny this wave from Nunu here, looking to, I mean, I know what he's going to do here. He's just going to keep charging up these snowballs, and then I just use my favorite gank angle in the game, guys. Bam, bam, dead. Deny minions. Best case early game for us here. And then I'm able to take the enemy jungler's Raptors. This game, identifying bot as my win condition. I have a Talia support into Pyke, Zeri, going to be pure chaos. Mid's also going to be pure chaos. I mean, pure chaos is going to be everywhere this game. But I just prioritize. I'm just going to path towards bot side. Red Raptors Gromp, just get on the map ASAP, see what I can do. All right, so I do leashless there. Again, I do talk about, I think you should get a leash with Reksai, especially for your games. I think I just wanted Urgot to stay in lane because he's a strong laner, and I just wanted him to start bullying Zac. So I was like, okay, let's not get a leash, but it's not that big of a deal. Enemy jungler here looks like has started blue because he's late to lane and obviously bot lane. So I know that I'm matching the enemy bot lane. Sorry, the enemy jungler. All right, so I'm just coming here, getting my Krugs, looking at lanes. I'm looking at, I mean, this is a high stress, high pressure early game for me, guys. Mid's heavy trading, as we can see right now. I should probably be panning my camera mid. There's the mid. Looking mid. Again, look at how much information I'm gathering, guys, here. I'm looking everywhere. I know this is going to be chaotic. I'm going to have to be on the map. Really looking at mid here. I know the enemy jungler's pathing towards bot, but identify bot as not being gankable here, guys, because Gragas could easily counter gank me. I do see Gragas show up there, so I couldn't potentially go for that gank, but I decided to go for my blue up before he showed just. But that's a really good ward from my caster there as well. But again, even if I didn't see Gragas there, I mean, I would never gank that because the wave's too pushed up. They've got the push. I'm just going to counter ganked if I gank that. So again, sort of showing guys, it's not as simple as Red Raptors Gromp gank every time. There's games where we got to really chill out here and play slow and maybe just clear our camps. This game specifically here, I'm literally thinking, okay, bot's completely lost. I've lost bot control. So guess what? I'm just going to be pathing towards top. And this is the power, the flexibility of this pathing as well here, guys. So I'm just coming towards the top crab. And I obviously see top is doing a very good job. I should be checking top's HP if I haven't seen it already. I'm looking mid here, but I know Gragas is in bot river. That's ungankable. Cast is full HP. Just chill out. There's no reason to force any gank. And then I see top low HP. Great opportunity. Able to come top here and look for a dive. And again, look at how many, look at these opportunities that I have that pop up, here and there. But we definitely can't really dive this. I mean, Zac's obviously got his passive. We're just pressuring him off some minions. I just get his passive there. See if we can actually kill him here. Oh, we do get him there. And then we're just going to be able to back out. All right, this game, I'm looking to path towards bots. I don't want to let Jinx Sona get a free early game off, but I'm really thinking about playing around mid here. I could have probably done something top as well. Set's actually very easy to kill early game. Again, a mobile melee champion. But let's just see how we go pathing towards bots. So we know the enemy jungler starts red buff here. Pathing towards bot, looking bot, constantly using my F keys, making sure we gathering as much information as possible. I'm pinging aggressively that I'm on my way. So again, I'm looking at the minimap. There's the ward. Is she going to ward? Is she going to ward? I'm looking. Okay, it looks like she actually didn't ward there. I didn't really see her go into that brush, so I'm thinking this is actually not warded. This is how important checking for that ward is, guys. Really, really important stuff. So I think that I'm just making sure maybe she did ward and I didn't miss it. So I go around this way and I love pathing around here like this. These are the Reksai gank angles. And then we get the kill. All right, so I want to sort of show you my movement here. This is really important for these type of ganks. Obviously, they're always going to flash. Watch here how I click here and then my mouse is here because I know she's going to flash. So I'm literally just going to be looking to, I instantly know she's going to flash and then I can flash after her and then kill her here. So that movement is really important, predicting their flash because they're going to flash over you. So you just start walking backwards. And obviously, we get the first blood there. That's really good for us. That's very standard red Raptors Gromp into bot. But again, checking the ward is really important. 3 camp red side, blue side into gank. This will be separate to the invade execution. This is very, very good to throw off the enemy jungler and even the laners as well. Once the laners see you leash, your laner leashes for you, they're like, oh, okay, Reksai, he's going to be away. He's pathing towards the top side. This can really throw off the enemy jungler as well. And I call this the checkmate gank, which is when you 3 camp on one side and the enemy jungler starts on the opposite side, and then you gank that side that he's pathing towards, then he's able to not counter jungle you or pressure your, let's say if you do red Krugs Raptors, he can't take your blue Gromp Wolves because he's pathing down to his blue buff. Let's say he's pathing down to his bot and you've started blue side in that example. This is a very, very highly adaptive, especially when your lane is a heavy trading. Very, very good, especially if I found there'll be some really good examples. I didn't really notice this until I made the guide of when I'm against a strong laner and I actually have a scaling lane and they start heavy trading, it's really good to gank them and to shut them down, get their summoner spells, and maybe you can even use even lanes that are really weak, you can actually turn them into winning lanes very quickly through this path in. So I'd say this is more of a flexible path, gives you lots of options. It has also the invade option. But for now, these examples, let's just look at 3 camp red side, blue side into gank. All right, so this game here, I'm pathing towards top, identifying Trinimir as sort of the only really lane I can go to. I want to play off Aurelion Sol priority potentially as well, but I'm just going to be looking to play top side. I have a Kai'Sa Sona. I mean, by bot lane's going to get absolutely dominated. But guys, this is where the power of information comes into play. So I do see Poppy start red side, and this gank is always a little bit less optimal, and there is ways for the enemy jungler to punish you if I am to do blue Gromp Wolves into gank bot. But when I have such a hardcore scaling bot lane and the enemy bot lane sort of has to win early, this gank can be very effective. I would never gank this, guys, unless they're heavy trading. Watch what happens here, guys. The Trinity actually starts the enemy blue buff, which is absolutely crazy. I didn't even remember he did that there. So come in, yep, just clearing. I'm looking at Trinimir. I'm looking at bot. Oh, interesting. Heavy trades. I also know they haven't warded as well because obviously I'm looking at the minimap and there's no reason for Thresh and Caitlyn to ward. Why would a Reksai gank them? Why are they getting ganked? So I literally just waltz up here. Literally look at all the sums that I've also collected here. They have no flashes, nothing here. My bot lane is level 1, but I mean, they're just in such a juicy position here. I'm a level 3 Reksai, do a max Fury E, and there we go, guys. Guys, the game is over, okay? Absolutely over. My bot lane has literally killed them. They have no sums. I did say my bad there because ideally you do want to get Kai'Sa to get the kills, but they're going to get an amazing base off. All right, so now what to do next, guys? This is the key thing because you're like, okay, am I not going to get invaded here, Nathan? Psychologically, when you do this sort of stuff, enemy junglers absolutely fall over themselves, guys. They get panicked, like, oh my god, I gotta go, and then my laners do a great job of capitalizing on that. I mean, obviously, this is going to be risky for him anyway, because Aurelion Sol's always going to have priority mid, so he can just collapse. But as you can see, they completely fall over themselves. Bam, I'm 3-0 from this early game. Poppy's not even ahead of me at all. All my camps are going to be off the map. I'm going to be able to power farm up here and just keep playing for bot. So this is where it's going to be effective, guys. So the common trends we're going to see this. Heavy trading lanes that are meant to lose, but you actually can get them instantly winning. And that really puts the pressure on the enemy team. All right, so for this game, I'm thinking more so I love matching junglers like Diana because you can kill them so easily, especially if Diana starts red. This is my favorite thing to do here is 3 camp and then kill her on the blue and the Gromp. That's my initial thought here, guys. So it's very adaptive, this path. As we can see here, enemy jungler has started red. So I'm instantly activating that in my mind right now. I'm going to 3 camp in vertical. But this is where, and it's really important to get the information because what I see here is mid lane starts fighting. They actually trade 1-for-1, and Lee Sin also burns his flash. So my initial thought here is actually I'm adapting to the game right now. I'm thinking, okay, I know that I could kill Diana here, but it's actually more impactful for me to kill mid because look at the mid lane right now. If we kill, just to pause this right now, if we kill Lee Sin, we're going to deny so much experience in gold, the game will basically explode. And I know I'm going to be here just on time here as well. So I'm pinging on my way because I know how high impact mid is after there's no, summoner spells on Lee Sin. So I come here, I see Lee Sin, he actually doesn't get the ward off or anything. Just playing really patiently. And then we kill him. And then, look at how much we're going to deny here. And the guy's tilted out of his absolute mind. What I actually should do here, I started implementing this into my gameplay after this game was I need to go mid to make sure now Diana doesn't get this wave. And if Diana comes to try and get the wave, I will just kill her, basically. So it's really important for me to stick around. I just need to make sure that no one gets that wave, basically. But Diana probably would be on her top camps by now. She's doing her double top camps. So, but again, it's fine. I'm in a really good position right now. And look at the minions dying. Imagine if you're Lee Sin here, guys. He's just crying at his computer screen, He doesn't manage to get at least a couple of them, but he's lost the cannon. He's lost a lot of stuff. Okay, so this game's a bit of a unique case, but I want to show you, demonstrate how I think about these level 3 ganks, why I do them. So again, identifying, currently I have a Syndra Yuumi, which is a, very scaling sort of lane. I'm against Blitzcrank Kate, very strong lane. This level 1 gets a bit chaotic. We pick up 3 kills because we stack. The power of stacking really OP. We get a bunch of kills. I know this is all warded, guys. Right now, wards everywhere, okay, because we fought. So I take the red, I do Raptors, and then I loop around, do a good old loopity-loop, is what I like to call it. And I'm literally walking, because I know this bush is watered and everything as well. So I'm literally walking all the way around. Because again, I know bot has no sums. I still have flash. I have a scaling bot. They have to win lane bot. This is insanely high impact for me. So I come down here. And obviously the Krugs wouldn't be warded because we didn't fight near the Krugs area. And then I just clear my Krugs. And then they're engaging because, of course, they're going to engage because it's a Syndra Yuumi. You got to kill the Syndra Yuumi, guys. Insane stun by Syndra there. Did I even need to flash there? I don't even know if I need to flash. And then, the game just again, guys, the game explodes. Obviously it's 5-0 now and there it's here. So again, another bit more unique example, dodging wards. This is more of a dodging ward example so we can get this gank off because if I'm seen on one ward and I waste time bot, you cannot be wasting time as Reksai. If you waste time and you fail a gank, it is end of review. That's my mindset towards Reksai. All right, so this game, my initial game plan is to path towards top. They have an Ezreal Karma. I have a Soraka Leona for some reason. Really weird lane. Never really seen that before. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to go top side here. See what I can do. Olaf likes to full clear. So maybe I can get like a level 3 gank off before, Atros has Ignite. We'll see. Maybe we can 2v2 top. Reksai is very strong. Reksai does beat up Olaf early game, but later through the game, Olaf's ult is very hard to deal with. Again, sort of showing you my initial gameplay and how quickly it changes. Blue, Gromp. I see that the enemy jungler has started blue buff, so I ping it. So I know that she's going to be pathing towards bot. And I see them heavy trading. And this gank is, I call this the checkmate, because what I do essentially is I know that obviously the enemy jungle is pathing bot. So if I do a level 3 gank here, it's very impactful as well, because the enemy jungler can't do anything about it. You know, they can't invade me. They can't kill bot anymore. So again, look at all the information I'm collecting. There's heavy trades going everywhere, mid lane, bot lane, everything right now. So I'm thinking this is pretty chaotic. I just keep looking bot. I see them pushed up. I know that there is no ward here because they haven't warded. Again, the enemy bot lane is never going to assume that I'm here. Waiting for my bot lane to get level 2. This is really important as well. Okay, level 2. I just wait for my Leona. I don't really care, I guess. And then flash, bam. You know, my bot lane that was meant to be weak, I can still pull off these ganks with just Reksai and this 3 camp stuff. Even though, you know, the wave was really big. You know, we burn a lot of summoners, which is great for me to potentially re-gank. Then Talia shows up here. You know, Talia is quite angry, and then she just falls over herself because she can't accept reality that her bot lane just lost to a Soraka Leona. And again, guys, the thing is, the junglers lose their minds. They can't comprehend this gank. It just blows their brains. They don't know what to do because, again, she knows that it's checkmate. There's nothing she can do, so she just falls over herself. All right, so this game, my mindset is I need to be pathing bot. Caitlyn Karma, literally one of the strongest lanes in the entire game. They have a Misfortune Nautilus who's going to want to win this game. You know, get some early flashes, kill them. I'm against an Anivia top. I think Renekton ends up coming mid. So I see that the enemy jungler starts blue because Anivia's top side, and enemy bot lane's late to the lane. Clear. All right, so again, I'm initially pathing bot, but look at how flexible my mindset is in terms of I always think about 3 camp something. Look at this piece of information, man. Think about how vulnerable Kai'Sa is here, guys. Kai'Sa into Renekton. You know, if I'm the Echo, you know, if I'm the Renekton, I'm spam pinging this, and Echo's like, all right, I got to come here. This is a free kill. So guess what? I'm just going to be plot myself for a nice, beautiful counter gank. I love holding my ward in the early game so I can do stuff like this. Ward, set myself up in position. And people really get stressed out by saying, Nathan, what happens if Echo doesn't come here? Maybe low elo, you know, he won't come here and stuff, which is why I say this guide's more for higher elo players, Diamond Plus. But again, this is just exactly what my mindset goes, and this is how I win games. So Echo, I may have scared the Echo off a little bit there. I think maybe I could have played this a little bit slower and baited it better, but I was really scared that my Castle would just get one shot, but maybe he did see me. I'm not sure. Maybe Kai'Sa's just scaring him off because he's like, why would Kai'Sa be playing like this? But the key thing here, guys, is I protected Kai'Sa, mission success, and then Renekton just dies because he falls over himself there. So, yeah, really important, guys, to protect. You know, get out of that mindset of kill, gank for kills. Yes, it's good. It's obviously what Reksai is good at. But protecting these vulnerable lanes, playing around win conditions, really important. Because I'm identifying here Kai'Sa, AP Kai'Sa mid. This was sort of a thing at the time. You know, really got to be playing around that. And now I get to path down bot anyway, and Echo's top side, and there's no threat of my bot lane done. And A+ for me early game. I've mission success in this early game, protecting both my strong laners. All right, so this game, I'm identifying top as where I need to be early game. It's a Pantheon with Ignite and a Gwen top. I'm fortunately, you know, if I am to start blue here, Jarvan's a 3-camp jungler. He's going to be able to get top before I can get there if I start blue. If I do blue, Gromp, red, I'm not going to get here in time. It's too slow. And I hate skipping wolves as well. Like, I really hate doing blue, Gromp, red. I want to get at least the 1 quadrant off the map. So I'm just opting for a 3-camp into counter gank top or kill top. That's as simple as it is here. I'm just need to be top. Starting blue, it's going to be too slow. Specifically on this red side of the map here. So I take red, Raptors, and then Krugs. You could do red, Krugs, Raptors as well, but I find this more comfortable, and maybe it's quicker. I actually don't know. It's maybe a placebo effect. But I know that I'm going to be top regardless. So cool. Yeah, I'll probably get there around the same time. All right, so then I come top, and then on cue, the Jarvan is here, and this is just going to be an absolute slaughter. You know, Jarvan EQing in. He has no EQ still. I wonder if I flash on him here. I think I wait for that flash for a little bit too long. That's not a good flash, Nathan. What are you doing? Next, early game plan strategy for Reksai. And I love to do this, invade execution. Now, there's many different variations of this. You can do it on blue side when you start blue buff, red buff, but you're always going to be getting level 3 and invading. You never level 1 invade as Reksai. He's very, very useless. This is very good versus low mobility and melee champs, which fortunately is actually a huge part of the jungle roster. So you have a lot of options here. This is something you're going to want to experiment with. There's lots of permutations and scenarios that will come. You need to look at your lane priority. The overall theme here and the principle is invading people on their blue and Gromp is always where you want to be really focusing on. Invading people on red, people can flash over walls. It's much easier to get away, but a lot of junglers in the game, they really like to do the blue Gromp together. And also in terms of the timing, you can catch people, especially junglers that are really fast at clearing, you can catch them on these camps. So patience on invading is going to be really important, using your tremor sense, your passive, to see where they are. And you really want to get them when they're most vulnerable when you're invading. You want to hit them. You don't want them to go just as they get on the camp. This will take a lot of time, experimentation. Again, I completely screwed this up so many times. I could have a whole montage of poor invade executions, but over the time, you'll sort of get to the mindset, get the timing right. So let's take a look at some examples and look at some invade execution with Reksai, which is again a huge strength of this champion. All right, so against champs like Eve, Lilia, full clear champs, I love to catch. There's nothing better than vertical red Krugs Raptors into their blue Gromp if they start red. It's always one of the first things I think about in games when I'm against weak early junglers like Eve, because Reksai can just absolutely destroy them. Utilize the tremor sense, his passive. So let's look at some execution examples. All right, we see the Eve start bot side, so we know that I'm going to be matching the Eve, red Krugs Raptors. Here we go. And I have some priority in top lane as well. Obviously, you got to check mid, but, it's a Malzahar mid, so, he's not really going to collapse. So you do obviously need to think about priority as well. Obviously, I see Eve on the tremor sense. Just patience. My mindset here is what I need to wait for it to fully start and commit on the camps. All right, she smites for the HP. She flashes. And then I get the kill. All right, so the first thing here, the next step you need to always think about is, okay, where is Eve going to go out of base? She's obviously going to, in her mind, concede the top side. She's going to be going straight to my bot side camp. So let's say if I've got a pike in this example or something, I'll like to ping it. Sometimes if I feel like I have 1100 gold, I'll reset and I'll go defend my camps. But obviously, in these situations, you're not going to really have 1100 gold. So my mindset right now is like, your first base, never base until you have 1100 gold. 1100 gold is the key. So I get this grab. Obviously, I know Eve's on bot side on my bot camps. So I recall, I'm spamming an assist. Check this. I type check this. Check it. Let's go. See what we can do. And then I feel like my bot line's going to push Eve off those camps. So I'm seeing a potential opportunity top here. Just looking to sit here and channel my base because the wave's in a really poor state for my Fiora right now. Obviously, Yori can just bully her or maybe he'll look to engage on her. And then obviously, as we see on the minimap, Pyke does push Eve out. So I know all my bot camps are still up. And then I'm able to go for this kill top here. So again, playing off waves, guys. Identifying when my laners are in vulnerable positions. And then we get the kill there, which is a fantastic early game. I saw my bot camps. Eve's has no options. And then I recall, never do your Krugs there. I don't know why I wasted time to even think about on those Krugs. I have the perfect amount of gold right now. Reset, take my bot camps. We're going great. Perfect early game. So Viego's not as weak as champs like Eve and all that, but he still is just beautiful fresh meat for Reksai because he doesn't have any ways to dash away. The only way he gets away is if he flashes. So I love to invade Viego's as well. So what I do here, I do red. I see that the enemy jungler has started. Need to make sure we're looking. Mordekaiser shows. Enemy bot lane comes late, so I'm just pinging that he started red buff, so I'm already thinking right now. Let's go do some invading. I'm looking mid, always checking mid. Obviously our priority here. Looking to get that tremor sense, I placed the ward, so I'm like, oh, okay. He did gank that right there, so I think that maybe I should have been thinking about the counter gank. This is something I definitely looked at my gameplay a lot. It's like, you know, you always think about that counter gank mid. There was some examples earlier in the guide in the other pathing of hovering, but I guess I sort of just didn't expect Viego to do this gank. So this is actually my fault. This is pretty bad. But I'm still very strong. Still very, very strong. Again, Reksai to Viego. He checks the river here. Gets his flash, and we're able to really turn the heat on this Viego right now. Obviously, I need to play this a little bit scared because Silas is around, but I'm definitely not afraid of Silas either because, again, sort of a bit of an immobile champ. So this does end up coming pretty close, but we just absolutely hard win this 2v2. So this is sort of a situation of an invade, but you got to think about that mid option still, which obviously works out for us because Reksai, again, is very good into these champs like Silas and Viego. Next thing here, we need to think, where's Viego going to base? So this is a bit of a different example. Viego probably will go to his top camps. He might have an item advantage on me, so he's thinking he's pretty confident he can potentially take these camps. So my mindset is just sit in this bush. Let's just wait. Let's just see what Viego does. Maybe I just recall and go to my bot camps, not stressing over this at all. And then I just find an opportunity top because, you know, I love that gank angle top. And obviously, if Mordekaiser is looking to push this wave and get a recall off, but I don't let him do that. So Viego actually didn't show at all on his top camp. So now that we know that he's most likely he's gone to vertical here. I do ping the top camps, but there's no reason to go for them. I just recall, and he looks like he actually did his wolves first or something like that. And then he shows, but there's no reason for me to fight that. I have, again, my perfect gold amount. When you have your 1100 gold and above recall, you become the strongest member on the map once you get that item as Reksai. Always think about that in terms of your early game pathing. This game we're against Nocturne, another very immobile melee champion. Reksai loves these. Red, Krugs, Raptors. See the Nocturne started red this game. And then I always walk this position here, walk in here, see him on the Tremor Sense. Patience, patience, patience. Wait for him to start the camps. Wait for him to get to the double camp. Even more patience here. I'm not going straight in. Wait for him to get a bit lower. Bam. Wait for him to use his abilities. Get his flash. Really good spell shield from Shern there. And then I'm able to get first blood there and take the blue buff. So this game's game plan was actually not to invade the Karthus at all. It sort of depends where he starts. Most Karthuses love to start blue buff. I don't really invade Karthus on red because they can literally get that camp if they clear correctly, especially in this elo, before I even get there. So I'm literally just going to be playing it pretty chill here. Path towards bot, Lucian, Nami Laven, love pathing around that. So my intention is actually not really to invade, but I see the Karthus actually start red here because bot starts in lane, and I just adapt. The adaption mindset, I literally just see hard priority mid. Obviously, I have a Tristana into Katarina, and then I decide to skip all my camps, do my red, because again, I love invading this. This is the kill spot area, guys. You can kill them on red from invade, but this is the easiest place to kill people. They're always going to be double camping. So I just come here to invade. And also, obviously, you know, he can't finish all these camps by, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. He may be able to get the blue, to be honest. Actually, I think red clears a lot slower with Karthus. And then it looks like I scare him off there. He get the blue resets there. Now I'm looking to get messy, getting dirty. And I love getting dirty with Reksai because he's very, very strong in these early skirmishes. I just decided to turn there. I actually sort of whiff my E a bit, but we end up killing. Then again, we're just going to be so much stronger here. Kite back. I still had the smite for the crab, so I was very fine there. And then we kill everyone. And yeah, this is, again, Reksai thrives in these invade situations. If you play patient, play slow, and, capitalize on them on this blue and Gromp. This game, we're against a Master Yi, a mobile melee champion in the jungle, loves the full clear. Let's kill him. I see the enemy top laner show here, so I know that he has started red buff. Red, Krugs, Raptors. I should look for a top gank potentially. Sometimes I maybe will look for a top gank if it's a very vulnerable matchup, but I feel like no, let's just go get this invade off. I do ward that. I'm not sure why I ward that, to be honest. I don't know what that ward is about. But I'm thinking about mid here, and this is very weird movement. It looks like they actually know that I'm here. I must have walked over a ward or something like that. But again, I welcome a 2v2. We're going to absolutely slaughter them here. So this is sort of a bit of an adaptation. I initially went for the invade, but I must have got seen on a ward. There was a controlled in that bush. So I sort of had to, switch up there. I want to show you guys here, we talk about where is Yi going to go to base. He will probably go back topside because he obviously thinks I can't take all these camps in time. So I'm sort of just going to be here defending this. I try and cancel that base. Obviously, they know that I'm top. I'm just utilizing my tremor sense here. Place a ward there. See Yi. Again, you don't just start the camps. I'm waiting for him to come here. And I would have, let's say if he didn't come here, I would have just patiently waited and then maybe just taken the camps because I know that he's gone to my bot side. And then this guy's pretty tilted. I'm able to take the blue and, the game's over there. I mean, I guess you could say he's a bit tilted there and probably not trying, but again, examples of patience. Patience is a key theme for my Reksai. I love patience on these invade examples. Waiting for the enemy to fall over themselves, they will. All right, so this is an example of invading, again, another very vulnerable melee champ, Olaf. You could say Olaf is a bit stronger in terms of the early game, but Reksai with Conqueror will still kill anyone who's on their buff. So I'd simply do a red Raptors Gromp. The reason I did this as well is because I know that Olaf is going to be really late on his top camps as well because of the level 1 biff. Red Raptors Gromp, and then I just go over this wall. Okay, so the next thing is when you do the red Raptors Gromp and you are invading here, E over the wall here. This will give you an escape route. I know that E is on such a long cooldown, but you never really use the E in the fight or the skirmish anyway. If you can't really kill them with your flash, there's no point over chasing that with E anyway. You sort of need to use E as an escape tool. And by the time the fight extends, your E will probably be up. So you actually have 2 E's in a situation like this. Again, I love using this in escape route. And you also just get there slightly faster rather than walking all the way here. Sometimes you might not be able to get there in time. So I see him on the tremor sense. I do get out of my W because I want to go for the smite. Get the smite. And then we just absolutely slaughter this Olaf. Again, it's not even really close. And then I have my escape route. Again, my excellent escape route there. And again, you don't need the E for these fights. I've never actually had experience where like, oh, I wish I had E there. E over that wall was an adaptation I added into my gameplay. It's been very effective. Gank Theory. Now, this is the absolute meat of this guide. This is essentially the framework that I came up with in my mind, every decision that I make, whether it's going to be taking my camps, whether it's going to be resetting, whether it's going to be the sequence in terms of my camps, this is how it all builds around. This is the most important part of Reksai and just jungle fundamentals, how jungle works in general and how to gank properly. You might think you know how to gank, but I mean, I've coached hundreds of students. I don't see people really understanding this unless you're basically master tier plus. Diamond players are really bad at this as well. And we'll just straight up lose games from this. So this is fundamentals 101. This is the framework for all your decision making for Reksai. So looking at the scale here, talking about the scale, there's 4 different sort of variations or wave states, I would say. And number 1 is something that you're looking for, you're prioritizing. This is the highest impact thing you can do on Reksai, and I'll skip camps for it. If it's really important, let's go. I can see it come in. And number 4 is, okay, if I have nothing else to do, I might go for it, but this is the lowest impact thing I can do in the game. With Reksai, because you're so punished if you get outscaled, you're pretty weak late game. You need to close out games methodically. You don't want to be going near the 3 and 4 unless there's very specific criteria to hit. So let's break down the Gank Theory 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 2 does have 2 sort of parts to it. One's looking at one way from enemy team and one way from your team. So let's get into it. Gank Theory, priority 1, the highest priority thing, the highest impact thing you could possibly do with Reksai in League of Legends in the game. So there's many different terms people use here. This is what I'm going to call the slow push stacking wave. This is looking for basically dives. This is thinking about what is the maximum denial of experience and gold I can get for my team. And this is where you net huge swings in the game. 1,000, 1,500 gold gains you can get, not just from gold yourself, also denying from the enemy team. This can swing games and even losing lanes really quickly. I'm going to show you a bunch of examples on how quickly it can swing. The key thing about this is identifying these a minute in advance. And this is, again, where understanding the way waves go, the way they bounce, the way they move, the way laners manipulate waves. And again, this is why I say that this guide definitely is more for, higher elo players because they're able to control the waves much better. But this is really important to understand for League of Legends regardless. So if you're really able to understand this, perfect this, you'll be able to also maximize your pathing around this, your gold efficiency. So it's not like you're going to be completely skipping all camps to go this. If you predict this in 1 minute in advance, you're able to clear your camps efficiently and still impact this play and focus on this Gank Theory #1 priority. So the prime time where this starts is around 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the first cannon wave that spawns. And I would say that this really goes all the way up to about the 14, 15 minute mark. And after that, people don't really slow push stack waves anymore. It's more so everyone has really good wave clear. So there sort of is a point where this stops. This is definitely a huge meat of Reksai in terms of the early game, what you're looking for. So let's look at a bunch of examples here. I have so many examples because this is how I win games as Reksai. This straight up Gank Theory #1. Let's take a look. So what we're going to be doing in these Gank Theory #1 on the scale examples is looking at how early I identify this slow pushing wave and deciding to skip my camps. And again, there's nothing more important than going to these type of situations, looking for counter gank opportunities, and the most important thing, which is diving, denying experience and gold if you can get the dive off. So I killed top here. I have 1,500 gold in my inventory. How many of you would go to Krugs right now? So what I've done is I've already identified right now, bot is going to be slow pushing. There's going to be a massive wave. There's a cannon wave as well come in. So I'm recalling, going straight bot. All my bot camps are up as well here, guys. So just want you to just pay attention to all my bot camps. Obviously get all my items. And I instantly am just looking at the bot wave. Look at the bot wave here, guys. It's absolutely massive there. Pinging on my way. Jinx is also pinging on her way, so the entire team's on the same page here. And obviously, again, this is high elo, so this is going to be very standard stuff. But I run straight there, decide to skip all my camps. This is always a question I get asked, Nathan, when do I skip your camps? This is a perfect example. I have to go straight bot here. This is going to be a fantastic dive. It's a massive wave. Ideally, I got here a little bit sooner because they are going to get some minions here, but we're still going to be able to pull this off. So they do know that I'm here, so I'm going to have to execute this very, very carefully. The enemy mid laner is also missing right now, so I'm playing this very slowly. And then I follow up there, and then we are able to kill the Yasuo. So the enemy team also falls over themselves a lot in those sorts of situations. They're sort of just chaotically just running around like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? What's going on? And obviously that wasn't Malzahar there. I think he was level 5 as well, so I guess there's not much threat. And then able to just do the dragon off that, which is fantastic. So right now we can identify purely from looking at the minimap that bot is going to start slow pushing. The enemy bot lane is going to be recalling. So this is now a fantastic opportunity for me to clear all my bot side camps, and I've intentionally pathed this way. I came out, I basically cleared top to bot because I'm playing around bot. Bot's my win condition here. So I come down here, clear. The Aatrox jungle that I'm versing this game is looking to invade me there. But again, you see how I'm not just waltzing around the map? What I see a lot of people would do here is they'll be like, okay, I'm just going to follow the Aatrox. Like, I'm strong. I want to kill him. But again, the only thing in my mind right now is playing off, you see this cannon right here, this cannon minion, playing off this slow push wave bot. Because again, bot is what I'm identifying as my win condition here. So I even check bot there again. And I'm looking to go the long way because they've probably warded that. And this is, again, I'm going for the max experience and gold denial here. Vega did a really good roam. Able to kill this guy. I don't E onto that. Just play patient, play slow. Now I hit level 6, which is perfect. And again, look at how much experience and gold I'm going to deny here, guys. So thinking about this, again, I identified this a minute beforehand. I'm setting up this play a minute in my mind. It's not sort of just a reaction here. I'm literally intentionally going bot, pathing, clearing my camps, waiting for this slow push to happen, and then walking around the long way for this play to work. And that's, we've literally just gained basically, we've denied about 300-400 gold. We're going to be getting lots of gold for us. We're going to be getting plates. This is like about a net 1,000-1,500 gold advantage for my team I've gained just from this play itself. So low HP targets. Laners love to stay and greed for big waves, pushing into them. It's very difficult for them to be able to concede waves. So what I'm doing right now, I'm identifying his low HP. I'm going to be aggressively pinging on my way. We're going to be looking to dive this, and this is my favorite dive location, over mid. jumping over this wall or that wall. I mean, this is going to be so easy to execute from, you know, Zillion R and Maya R. This is, again, fantastic opportunity to just explode at the game. You know, I'm doing pretty well in this early game so far. Pretty good CS, 2-0. So just waiting for him to push it. I am pinging that people could be rotating down to this. Obviously, enemy bot lane died. But we can pull this off very cleanly, even if the enemy jungler does come here anyway. So you see how Ryze is just waiting for the wave. Just lots of patience. Come here. Nice flash. Dead. Just ult to juggle turret aggro. So I like to ult sometimes just to save my HP because it is going to go, you know, on a short cooldown. And again, look at how much experience and gold we've just denied from the Ryze. You know, he's just going to leave the game, and the game just completely swings. So this situation is a bit different. I have a very, very hard bully matchup bot with Karma and Lucian, so I can really just set up a dive anytime I want. But I also want to be there because it is chaotic, so this is sort of just a bit opportunistic. This is not me, you know, 1 minute in advance setting up like we looked at the earlier examples of, okay, I know that the wave's there, it's going to be slow push, and this has just been the wave's just always under the enemy tower. So I'm coming down here just for the chaos. So what you'll notice, what laners do here, guys, is they love to sneak away. So she knows that we're going to be potentially looking to dive, but they're so greedy for minions. They're so desperate for them. And again, you know, go for it. Like, you're an AD carry, you're a mid laner, it makes sense. You need to make sure that just because you see how I'm running away here, and she doesn't even show right now. Obviously, I see on the tremor sense, but let's pretend that she didn't show there. Your goal is still to make sure that no one gets this wave. You must wait until this wave is basically fully dead to then back off with your team again, because what the laners will do is they'll sneak in like a little area here, and then they'll come back. They'll be like, okay, I'm not there. The enemy team will just base and get a recall. And then they come and collect all the minions, and that's really bad for you. So make sure that the wave is fully denied before you leave, even if no one is shown on the wave. Someone will arrive to that wave. Again, the way League of Legends psychology works and just the way the game works, they have to go to minions. And your mindset as Reksai is, how can I deny as much experience and gold as possible? All right, so as we can see here, I'm identifying that Silas is going to be already now. This is going to be a slow push, but what I'm doing is I'm thinking about denying this wave from the Nai. He's still dead, so I have plenty of time to do my Raptors here. And this is the great thing about the decision making playing around these slow push waves, is that it's not like they're instantly in the tower. You need to identify these early, so then you know it's like, oh, cool, I have time to do a camp. You know, as we can see this game, I still have some pretty good farm. And even though I'm 8 kills, I still have high impact. I've impacted the map insanely well. I've done lots of experience in this game, and I've gotten good CS numbers because I'm playing around these slow push waves very, very effectively. So Nah TP's back, and then again, remember guys, my mindset was deny this wave from the Nah, and it's just going to be a free dive. He literally just TP'd back, and again, this is maximum impact. He's going to lose all the minions, he loses his TP. We're going to get so many plates top. We've just netted insane experience and gold advantage for us here. So this is a game as Reksai where I full cleared towards bot because the enemy jungler started bot and he full cleared top, so I had all the time in the world. So this actually goes from a gank into a opportunity to deny experience and gold. So as we can see, we get them low HP. I love getting low HP targets. I spam ping here so we can force to push this wave. What you can do, and I do this a lot as well, is smite the cannon to get this wave in ASAP to deny, so make sure the enemy team can't collapse. Every second counts when you're looking for these type of dives, guys. I just want to show you the execution for this, guys. In terms of what I do, in terms of my body language, I pretend to run away, get out of vision, and what that does for the enemy team, they think they're safe for a brief moment, and they'll start posturing more aggressively, like, oh, cool, Reksai's gone, we should just catch up the wave. And then as the wave is crashing, I perfectly time it, then I walk up, and then it's just too late for them. And then they're like, oh, okay, now we're able to get a kill here. So really, really important there for the body language. Yi is able to get there here on time. He does do a good job to protect, but, you know, I'm level 4 Reksai, he's level 3, so we're just going to be able to slaughter him. I like how he smarts the Gromp, he thinks he's okay there. And then I just keep kiting, playing slow, wait for the Gromp to hit him, and then we just kill them. And again, look at how much experience and gold we're going to deny from the enemy ADC, guys. She's literally lost 2 waves at this point. And my Zeri is just able to get all these minions, and we got some kills there. I have so much gold. I'm resetting 2,000 gold on my first back. All right, so this situation, we see, you know, enemy jungler top. I'm just doing dragon here. We've had a really good early game. And I'm just coming here just to make sure Again, no one is getting this bot wave. Kai'Sa's going to greed up, walk for this wave. Again, guys, AD carries and stuff, they cannot accept losing, you know, 3 waves here. They're just going to tilt. And that's the thing. Again, you're identifying that, making sure no one's getting this wave. You have to be there. Just because no one's there, it doesn't mean they're not going to go for the farm. They're obsessed with farm. All right, so looking at the wave here, I'm coming bot out of base. This might be more so of a Gank Theory 4 on the scale. But this turns into a Gank Theory 1 very, very quick on the scale. So as you know, I always like to hit my camps. I'm literally 2 camps right now away from level 6. So I just want to get that right now. And then my mindset is I'm only going to play off the slow push bot because I have an opportunity to do my camps. So many people I'd see right now, especially in lower elos, would just be like, oh, they're pushed up, I'm going to go gank. But again, the only thing I care about and prioritize is the slow push. So I'm still checking, you know, let's say if the enemy team does get a bit lower, then I will obviously, you know, ditch my camps and do go there. So I'm very close off level 6 here. Literally 1 minion, and then they get pretty low. So now I'm just coming here. I don't actually decide to do my red buff. I probably could have actually sneaked some experience there. I think I should have done that. All right, so I do see the enemy champions there. The enemy Shyvana pops up. We kill, and then now again we're just straight into the mode of making sure we're denying as much experience and gold as possible, spamming on the way, identifying clearly what I want my team to do, and obviously I have ult now, so this is going to be really good thresh hook. And again, think about the Draven, guys. He is going to be fuming. They were pushing, they were pressuring the lane, and then suddenly we're going to be denying a whole cannon wave. We could be denying all these minions. There is no way for the enemy team to come back and win the game. All right, so I just want to show again how aggressively I'm pinging. I'm start pinging, as you can see, on the way right now. I'm just identifying bots by win condition here. I just want to dive bot, finish off this tower. So the other thing as well is in these type of games, when you can clearly dive bot, deny experience and gold, it's actually not even worth to get Herald when it's just such a clear win condition bot. And you can deny experience and gold. Obviously, I have TF ult coming up soon as well. The Nocturne's top, so this is going to be very easy. Just come in here, just playing really patiently. Again, waiting for them to push in the wave, clear some wards. Remember, the enemy team's going to start panicking now. They're going to be like, oh, we've got to collapse. See how Karma's looking to run him down here. But obviously, we have TF, so we can do whatever we want. And then what I'm doing here is, again, I'm using the slow push in this situation to look for a pick. That's what I'm doing here. I'm looking for the Karma. I know that she's coming down here. Sometimes you can snatch them before they come. And then we're able to pull off this. And again, they think that they were safe because Karma was there. But I just was very sneaky there, ran all the way around. Pretended that I wasn't there because, again, the supports that everyone wards here and all that sort of stuff. To make sure that they're protecting the dive. And we just deny a lot of experience and gold. And we get an insane amount of kills there. And we're going to be able to break this tower as well. Okay, so let's identify the Gank Theory 1 on the scale here. Looking at the predicting 1 minute in advance what's going on with the wave. As we can see here, the enemy bot lane has based and the wave is slightly towards our side. So, you know, this wave here, I'm ready to protect. I'm ready to look for a potential dive. I'm ready to be there to make sure that we can potentially deny as much experience and gold as possible. So again, I have a perfect opportunity to do some camps for me. I only have time to probably do one other camp. I don't have time to do blue. And again, look at how aggressively I'm pinging this. Pinging. Let's go, guys. Nautilus is mid, which is fantastic for me. We're going to be able to really punish this. And that's the thing as well. At the moment the support can roam like that, we're going to be able to just punish in this poor Jinx. Look at how much minions she misses here. She just can't accept reality. Eve is here. Nautilus is coming down, but it's just too late. And then we're able to just absolutely just slaughter them here. I should be popping my health potion so I don't die here. But we do turret juggler pretty well. And again, look at all these minions. We're denying the cannon wave. I mean, we've just, again, netted over 1,000 gold for our team just off that one play. And before this play, guys, we were behind. So just, again, how quickly you can swing the game into your hands from playing off Gank Theory #1. So this play actually extends. Again, sometimes what I do is I wait. I still have ult right now. I just Tremor Sense. I hit this. I wait for the enemy AD carry literally to walk back to the wave. You time your E perfectly. And now we just turned the initial investment on that into a massive return for, again, we've just denied another 2 waves from the Jinx. So the game's absolutely exploded. I'm going to be able to recall for Prowlers. game's exploded. One thing I love to do is when the enemy laners, they roam, they go for a play, you can hard punish them, especially when your laner stays in the wave. So I don't, again, I will see so many people right now be like, oh, I got to go to the play, I got to go to the fight, but I'm going to proactively deny 2-3 waves from this Malphite. He has to go back top. Someone has to go back top. Zach's pushing top here, guys, right? So I see Malphite coming up here. I'm aggressively pinging, looking for this dive. They even see me on this ward, but again, people are going to fall over themselves. I pretend to walk back there a little bit. Obviously, they see me there. Karthus does look like that he is behind me a little bit, but he decides to go back mid, so I know that this is just going to be a free dive, and we're able to just execute this cleanly. See, I'll smite the cannon just so we can quickly get this in quicker. Again, little trick. And he has no ult, so I know that this guy's just dead. Just going to flash on him. And again, look at all the minions we're going to deny here, guys. He flashes away, but you can't flash away. He loses a cannon, everything. This is how you can sort of use this to your advantage to punish roams. Don't go to the fight. Think about how much experience and gold you can punish, you can deny from them walk into those plays. Even if they get kills, you can get a lot on the back end of those type of roams. So enemy to Aatrox is dead here, as we can see with the wave. Irelia has it on her side, so it's going to start building a slow push. This is the wave we're going to be denying from the Aatrox. This is going to be perfectly set up. He's going to come straight back to land, and we're going to kill him straight up. Obviously, we're really far ahead here, so there's no counterplay for the enemy team. But again, I have an opportunity to take my camps, and then I even have opportunity to take my Krugs because I'm playing off the death timer of Aatrox here, nothing else, guys. Clear, 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 and then we're all aggressively pinging. Irelia obviously knows what we want to do here. I come through lane perfectly here. Cannon as well. Irelia's done a really good job just to slow push this. Aatrox thinks he can get a nice freeze here or something, and then I just go for the dive. And then again, we're going to be denying massive amounts of experience and gold. We're going to be able to get this tower. The other thing as well, guys, is don't ever Rift Herald this, because we're going to break this naturally. I'll see so many people Rift Herald it. It's 12 minutes in the game. I want to save Rift Herald for mid and bot, even though I have it. This is talking about Herald usage. I have a whole video about that called Rift Herald Theory. There'll be a link in the description about that, but don't herald that. So this situation here looks like the enemy Gwen is looking to set up a potential freeze, and you can switch freezes really quick in it's actually potentially really risky for landers, especially I got a Pantheon here, because if they just sit there, they just, the wave stacking, they got a freeze, you can deny a lot of experience and gold. So I have time to do my Raptors. I'm just waiting for Pantheon to come back on the map. I have time to do my Krugs as well. I'm aggressively pinging. I'm like, already, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I say there's 4 bot right now, so I'm just looking for a play on the other side. Again, she was freezing this whole time, so I'm able to just go in on this. She sort of goes in a bit aggressively here. I think I completely screwed up that E. That's not a good E. But we are going to, you can obviously E over the wall here. But we are going to look for the crab, and then we're just going to be waiting for this wave to crash. Gwen backs off. And she does, again, come back to the wave, because, again, she thinks that she wants the minions. They want the minions, guys. The laners love their minions. Again, do not leave because she's left. Make sure that you fully are denying the waves and just keep hovering. And again, we're going to deny about 3 waves there. And we've just turned that freeze into a very favorable situation for our team. Gank Theory number 2, the second highest priority wave state that you're looking for on the map. I like to call this the wave crash. You can think of it as well as a good reset that your laner or the enemy laner is going to look at. And this is really 2 parts. So you're viewing it from the enemy team's lens and showing you what's capable, and you're viewing it from your lens. So there's sort of like a 2A and 2B. Gank Theory 2A, crushing the wave from the enemy team's perspective from their lens. So this is basically when the enemy laner is looking to get the wave and get a reset. Now this is where they're most vulnerable. The thing about Gank Theory 2 on the scale and 4 is they're actually very close, and a second or 2 seconds of them getting the waving can completely change it from a 2 to a 4. So we're going to look at some examples here is when this really prevents the laners from getting a really good reset and from controlling the wave. And it will slow down how far ahead that they can get. It gives you lots of options, especially this is where the freeze option can really come into play. And then you can play off the bounce back, the slow push stack. And this is sort of like a flow of the game where it can go from a 2A to a 1 very quickly. And we'll show you some examples here. So the mindset here is basically to prevent the enemy team from getting a really good reset off. And the way you think about this is, again, putting yourself in the enemy lane issues. And if you're a laner, you'll understand this very well. So let's look at a bunch of examples from my gameplay. Okay, so first situation we're looking at here. As we can see, my Jace is hard pressuring the Aatrox. He's probably going to potentially go for a solo kill, but the key thing here, putting yourself in the laner shoes. And if you're a laner, you're going to have experienced this situation so many times where right now, Jace is going to have the best early game, the best perfect lane phase, if he's able to fully push in this next wave and then recall. Remember, this it's not just this wave. His next wave, this cannon wave, is right behind him right now. So if I'm not here, the window can go so quickly. This can go from, as I said, a level 2 in terms of priority wave to a really low priority level 4 if I'm just here just another 10 seconds later or not. But because I'm not allowing him to push in this wave, we're going to see what's going to happen here. And this is a really good scenario. Obviously, we get the kill here. And then what we do here is Aatrox is now able to reset. He's able to freeze this. And what I'm able to do is now my team is able to play off the bounce back. So as we can see here, Jace didn't get his perfect game off. Aatrox is going to be able to keep it at his tower here. We'll just keep skipping. But Jace obviously TPs back and then shoves it in. And then I do some stuff bot, but I probably would have played off the bounce back here. And as you can see now, Alistar now comes top and then is able to dive top. And again, it just went from a situation where Jace had full control over the lane to 0 control, and the game completely snowballs. And as you said, Aatrox is going to get level 7 and Jace is still level 5 here. And, this is obviously turned into a level 1 scenario here for my team. So level 2 scenarios can go to level 1 scenarios once you play off the bounce back. Again, it depends what the interaction between the laners, but this is a really good example showing, making sure Jace is not getting that wave in and setting up a freeze for my Aatrox. So this situation will look like a pretty common gank scenario, but I'm not thinking about them being pushed up. Again, I'm thinking about the minion wave, and watch the way that I play about the patience around this. So my thought process here is I'm not ganking until this next wave fully connects. So I have plenty of time to completely back off here. Just wait. Again, I'm looking at the wave, and then now I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk all the way around, and then they're going to be trying to hard shove the wave. Again, they want to get the wave in and maybe look for a reset or something, and then I'll just go for the gank. So again, this might look simple like Nathan. I do this all the time in my games, but again, there's a different mindset thinking about which wave they're going for rather than they're just pushed up, what's going on. Again, I'm thinking about, I'm not going to be ganking them on this wave. They've basically already got it into tower. I'm ganking them on when this next wave connects, and I need to wait until that wave fully comes here on crashes. Because enemy laners, they could easily just back off now. There's no point. Super far ahead in this game. I've just gotten the Herald. My mid laner just dies solo to the enemy Shyvana jungle. And I'm thinking instantly about this next mid minion wave. So I know that the enemy mid laner is going to be here soon. Patiently wait. And again, what is the laner going to do? Their mindset is going to be use all abilities on wave, shove, and then look for roam, look for do dragon. I'm not going to let her do that. And again, I'm sort of waiting for her to lose some abilities. Obviously, she's got short cooldown, so it doesn't really matter as much. But again, I prevent her from getting this wave in, and then I'm able to just finish her off, get the kill. Getting these kills, really impactful, guys. And then now suddenly my Yone is going to be on the map. He's going to be able to push, and we're going to have a huge tempo advantage on this game here. All right, put yourself in Gragas's shoes here, guys. What does Gragas want to do? He wants to shove in this wave and base. He's but I'm not going to let him. This completely ruins his game. This could be warded, sure. He actually goes for the ward here, which is pretty smart by him. He knows he's pressured, but we're obviously able to clean this up. And again, this really ruins his game. He wanted to get that wave in base so bad, but I've slowed down these games significantly. And then it's funny, I think the Rengar compensates here. Get a flash. Awesome stuff for us. Identifying the wave here. Obviously, this is a slow push for them. They want to get this wave in. I'm not going to let them do that. And I want to really highlight the patience here, guys. And again, thinking about the next wave. I'm going to keep emphasizing that in this part all the time. I don't go in on this until the next wave, which is here, is going to fully crash, because they're going to want to push in this wave. All they're going to do after this is they're going to be able to push this, and then they're going to go ward. They're going to be safe. But they're most vulnerable when they're trying to get the wave in. They really, really want to get the wave in on slow push. They obviously can't dive. It's a Xerath and a Lux, and then we're able to obviously gank this. But I can't emphasize enough the timing, guys. Play off the waves. Again, Reksai, waves. It's not them pushed up, you gank. It's about what do these enemy laners want to do? Put yourself in their shoes. Coming out of base, looking at bot, obviously lots of fighting going on. Enemy bot lane's low, my bot lane's low. My Jinx is looking to recall. And watch this, guys. I initially get on my Krugs, and I'm sort of looking, I'm like, actually, no. Bot needs, they're going to want to push this and then base because they assume that my Jinx is base in. And again, I'm sort of just playing with their minds. I know exactly what they're going to do. Even though Jinx bases, I don't let them able to crash this wave, and we are able to clean these guys up. And as we can see here, we've literally just generated a freeze for my bot lane right now. Fantastic stuff. Perfect. Not letting them crash the wave and get a perfect reset. Gank Theory 2B. So this is when your team is looking to crash the wave. This is when your laners are most vulnerable. This is all about counter ganking now. This is when junglers are going to be on the other end, the 2A, looking to gank your laners. If you counter gank here, this suddenly becomes a Gank Theory 1 on the scale. You can deny a lot of experience and gold from this. The great thing about this is that even if you're not strong in 2v2, 3v3, because especially in the early game, the wave gets so big, it basically counts as a champion. Minion waves do a lot of damage early game. The key mindset I want to get here is it's more of a defensive mindset versus the Gank Theory 1 was more of like, I'm just going for the dive. We can set up, we have the champions to do it. You know, we have like a Nautilus that can dive and stuff. This is more of a defensive, or when your lane is more looking to get a really good base off, you're not really looking for a dive at all. The key mindset around this is you don't even need to kill them. You don't kill them as long as you're protecting, allowing your laner to get a reset off. So this is definitely something is you also need to, the sooner you can identify this, the better your path is going to look, the ability that you're going to be able to get there. So let's take a look at a bunch of scenarios from this more defensive mindset rather than aggressive. So I'm coming out of base in this situation. I see mid. This is why it's so important to be looking at waves. I see mid. I see Silas as a level advantage. Echo's low. They're going to be heavy trading the fight. So I'm very much paying attention to the wave here. What's going to happen here, guys? I do look bot as well, just in case, because there is a stacking wave bot. I could potentially look to dive that. Again, but what we're saying bot right now is a one example, but Twitch did just die, so they're going to deny experience anyway. But maybe I would prioritize that over this. But look at what's going to happen now here, guys. You see how Echo's forced to run away? Look at what Silas is doing. He's flashing after him. Cool. Look at the wave, guys. Again, get into that mindset of we're now putting ourselves in our laner shoes when they're most vulnerable and setting yourself up for a counter gank position. And it's just so easy, guys. The enemy laners will always go up on this. Because they know how vulnerable that my Echo is, the Silas does, and he's like, because people think sometimes you're just going to in for the wave and they don't realize you're baiting. I mean, this isn't high elo, guys. I still do this stuff. And then I'll just bait, and then Echo walks up, and then we just kill that, and now we deny lots of experience and gold from the Silas. It's pretty early in the game. It's around 4 minutes here. I'm just doing my blue buff to get level 4. Level 4 is a really big priority to get. Identify what's going on top here, top side. We see Udyr, he's just powered through his clear, and now he's gone to the crab. How many of you guys would be panicking and be like, oh no, Udyr's going to double crab me. I'm going to go to the bot crab. No, counter gank top. Again, put yourself in Poppy's shoes. We know Udyr's top. Look at the wave. She's got a huge wave here. I want to come here. I want to counter gank. So I guess this is sort of like a slow push as well that's happening. And, you know, but it also is, you know, we're not going to be able to probably dive this because, you know, it's not going to be diveable because Zax's passive and Udyr's still around. But, you know, the jungle's going to gank this every time because they know how vulnerable my Poppy is. You must be there to protect. It's the mindset of protecting, and you usually just get able to clean up. I mean, we burned all these sums here. My Poppy's going to get an amazing reset off. Zax's reset's going to be behind. The wave's going to bounce back. We've fully crashed the wave, and that's an A+ for me as a jungler. Poppy's very happy with me. We're not able to dive this, obviously, because, you know, Zac passive and, you know, this guy's we just back off. Mid lane was moving as well, but again, mindset, counter gank. This is what great counter ganks look like. It's all about the wave. 3 minutes, 50 seconds in the game, still pretty early. I'm just thinking about, okay, I'm just going to get level 4. I'm checking top. My Zillion's base in. Okay, what's going on top? My Zillion's base in. And then he pings on the way, so he's identified that he wants to stay for the next wave. Maybe he wants an item or something. And look at Aurelia, she's freezing the wave, and we can flip this real quick. And what is Aurelia going to do versus Zillion? She's going to jump on him every single time because he's super vulnerable. My laner is incredibly vulnerable at this stage. Whenever the lane is like sort of hugging the tower as well, then, you know, they can run back to the tower. They feel very safe in this position, but, you know, that's why they go on your laners. And this is me protecting my Zillion. Kill Aurelia, push this wave. How great of an early game has my Zillion got here, guys? I mean, this is just absolutely incredible. We fully push in the wave. Fantastic. I think Aurelia, she doesn't even have TP. Look at how many minions we're going to deny top, guys. So this is, again, it goes from a 2 into a 1. But again, the mindset isn't playing off the slow push, the dive. The mindset is different here. It's counter ganking. It's knowing when your lane is vulnerable and allowing them to get a really good base off. Let's identify top here, guys. I've got a Nivea top, very vulnerable top laner, very weird pick. But look at what's Jack's going to do here, guys. He thinks he's safe. He's under the tower. My mindset here is purely to just help to get the wave in, and then that's about it. Again, the way that you talk about this, it's not even about the kill. The kill is sort of just a bonus. The main priority here is making sure my lane is safe, making sure the wave crashes, and making sure the wave resets so she's not in a very vulnerable position like this, and making sure the laner can't freeze, because Jax is looking to set up a really good freeze here. But again, this can flip real quick. And they always engage there. Bam. And then we're able to kill this guy. Q. And then we're able to just deny lots of experience and gold. Another fantastic example, making sure you're identifying when your laners are in the most vulnerable state. The best way to approach counter ganks in these situations, guys, is as Reksai to go through lane, hover these bushes, especially bot, especially top. And obviously my lane is looking to get the wave. I did see the Lee Sin come down here, but look at this massive wave. This is where my bot lane is going to be most vulnerable. I'm here for the counter gank. Very, very patient. Look how patient I am, guys. Just turn on the Lee Sin. We have a huge wave, and then we're able to kill. The other thing that's so important about these counter ganks as well, guys, is that whenever they try and not let the wave in, the wave's obviously very big on your side. The wave literally counts as a champion with how much damage this wave can do to people as well. So that's why even if you're in a disadvantage with your laners, in terms of like the 2v2 or the 3v3 matchup, you can still win because, they're going to run in. The minions block so many skill shots in the game, and you just hard win. Obviously, we're going to be able to kill them. And then, again, even if we don't kill them, we don't dive. We just let them push in the wave. It's an A+ for us. And obviously, we don't really kill them there, but we did kill the Lee Sin. And then this suddenly turns into a #1 priority just from that situation there where we can pressure and dive with the Echo. All right, so I'm here. My Lucian's pushing. I'm sitting here ready for the counter gank. I know the enemy Hecarim's bot side. Put myself in a position. Again, they've got a good freeze right now, so this is a perfect opportunity. Hecarim thinks that bot's the easiest kills. Patience, patience, patience. And I'm using this a Clove. My kill target here is Aphelios. I'm going to be going for him. Orianna has a really good collapse here as well. And then I'm just able to kill this guy. Very easy. And we clean up here. I do die, but obviously this is really worth for my team. Slow push generating mid here. As we can see, slow push, slow push, slow push. My laner just wants the base. My Kiana is level 3, just wants to get this wave in and base. We're not going to be able to dive the Galio at this point in the game. And he walks up, bam. And again, this is a demonstration of a kill. But even if we don't get the kill, I'm making sure my Kiana is going to nicely get this wave in, and Galio is not going to be able to freeze the wave. Identifying here the wave already. My bot lane is going to be very vulnerable. I know that the enemy bot lane, the jungler, is bot, so I'm pinging. My favorite position, walking through the lane, getting myself in a counter gank position. And again, this might look like, Nathan, isn't this just a slow push example? No, it's not. It's slow push dive example. It's not, because we're not going to be able to dive the Pantheon and the Jhin with Ezreal Rakan unless they're poked. So I know that the enemy team, they're looking to 100% engage on this as it's a Pantheon. So I'm just going to be here to protect. And my Ezreal does a really good job baiting out his E. He's trying to be aggressive. And we're going to be able to kill them here because, Pantheon's obviously playing very aggressive. Again, it's really about reading the enemy's body language. It does depend on champions and matchup. Let's say if I had a Pantheon Jhin on my team and the enemy team was Jhin Yuumi, this suddenly becomes a #1 priority, but this was a #2, which now leads into #1. I just want to show you the execution of this as well. I do look bot. I'm threatening this. I know that the enemy mid's missing. She does show him Volibear's here, and we just back off. It's fine. I'm forcing Volibear to show his cards. My bot lane's going to get an amazing reset off. Fantastic. We kill Pantheon. His pressure's gone. My bot lane's going to outscale. Theory 3 on the scale. This is what I call the neutral wave state. So this is the 3 and the 4. This is going really down low in priority. I am looking to just hit my camps or get a reset or something off. This is the more so for mid lane specifically. We're going to have lots of examples, and the mindset around the neutral wave state is more so making sure you're there like as the wave arrives. It's not about neutral wave states disappear very quickly. So this is about being there, preparing. This is really game knowledge dependent as well, knowing when the enemy laners might be looking to fight. Let's say if it's a melee matchup mid, like a Rally versus Katarina or something. This is more important in the mid and late game, thinking about waves just connecting together when no one's really attacking it or anything. Not really worth the go-to early game, especially when targets are full HP. You're not going to really get these opportunities too much as well early game. Again, depends on the champions, but the only time I'll ever gank a neutral wave state if I know it's going to be a guaranteed kill. Other than that, this is very low on my priority list. I'm not ganking a neutral wave with full HP with no kill threat. So let's take a look at some examples here of this in my games. All right, so first example, we see the Karthus mid here on the minimap. My mindset is, okay, they're both these mid laners are just clearing the waves. I want to show up just as the wave arrives. Laners never really expect you to be there just as it arrives. So I'm coming here, sweeping this, and obviously I know this is going to be a guaranteed kill because, this is, I'm versing a Karthus here. The center tries to help him, but I mean, obviously we just absolutely, it doesn't even matter if my Janna's here or not. So again, really good example, guys, of getting there before the wave. Otherwise, especially in mid lane specifically, these casters, they're going to be able to clear waves really quickly, especially on the 15-minute mark in the game. Katarina, we see mid here. Very, very neutral wave. Just basically just come in here to crash, and this gank angle, again, my favorite gank angle, take the Raptors while I'm here super quick. E over the wall here. I guess these guys are just going to fight. And this is an example of, again, it's Katarina versus Aurelia. We know they're going to fight. They're going to fight. It's super vulnerable. Katarina is going to be looking to get aggressive. She's a melee champion, again, around mid. You're going to see lots of examples in the neutral wave state. It's more around mid rather than the side lanes. I'm taking red buff here. I'm already pinging on my way. I see how I see this next wave coming up. I'm instantly going, I'm going to be here just as the wave arrives. Another perfect example playing around this, and look at the vulnerable matchup again, guy. Katarina, melee. I have Prowler's Claw against LeBlanc. She's full HP, but I know we have kill threat on here with these champions. I just hold my Prowlers, pretend to go in there, and I just play it really well there into the Katarina. I don't even need to Prowlers or ult. Huge bonus for me. Now, example top lane. Very neutral wave. I know that Graves is level 9. Put yourself in the shoes of Graves, guys. What is Graves going to do? He's level 9. He's going to be wanting to fight the Camille. He's stronger. So I'm here for the neutral wave state. I don't have Prowlers up 20 seconds. That's really important. Always play around Prowlers, but I know he's just going to walk up here, playing really patiently. And then I come here, and then Graves is forced to, use a lot of his cooldowns. I just ult here, and then we kill him, and we're able to push in the next top wave. So I'm approaching top here. See how I'm looking at the wave? Looking at waves. My mindset is not to gank now. I'm going to wait until this wave fully crashes and I call it connects. Connect is the word that I use. I'm waiting for the wave to connect. I find an opportunity to come here and do the Gromp whilst I wait. I see all the minions there. It's fine. The set's really pressured. The wave's not going anywhere, guys. He can try and really hard shove this, and I guess this may be a 2 in the scale of Gank Theory, but come here nicely, wait for the wave to connect. It is a cannon wave as well, so he's not going to be able to take that quickly. And then, as we know, Reksai loves immobile champions. That's a dead set, can't even get his W off. Another mid example, mid scenario, making sure we're looking at the next wave mid. This is the wave that I'm going to be killing Victor on. He's never going to expect this. I come here, sweep it, using my Tremor Sense, seeing where he is. I'm pinging on my way. I'm telling Ari, come on, Ari, let's get this guy on this neutral wave state mid. And our Prowler is going to be able to E over this wall here. Really good angle there. And we get the flash, and then Ari's able to kill that. Don't even need to ult, which is very, very good for me. Gank Theory, number 4 on the scale, the lowest priority. This is where you lose games as a jungler, especially as Reksai. So I want to emphasize, kills are good. You get kills obviously get you gold, but you need to identify in your games when you review, was this worth? Was showing on the map worth for this? What do I lose on the other side? Because you really don't deny much experience in gold. Remember, Reksai, the mindset is all about how much experience in gold I can deny, not so much gain for myself. as again, you want to close out the game cleanly, methodically. Jungle tracking is really important here because if you overextend here, you go for a gank and it's fully crashed. The minions have fully crashed to the tower. Your lane is going to lose all the experience and gold, and the enemy team's just going to be laughing. Like I said in Gank Theory 2A, there is a huge difference. 4 and 2 are so closely connected together because it just takes a 2-second difference for the enemy team to fully be able to crash the wave. You're not able to hold it. Surprising thing about this is that I removed a lot of this from my gameplay. All the examples here are from this season, me climbing to Challenger, and they're pretty relatively short amount of games. I don't have many examples of doing this in my games because you don't win games through stuff like this as Reksai. So there's very little examples here. I sort of just want to get the point across, show you sometimes that I did it and sometimes where, again, short of showing you what the laners are looking to do, what their mindset, their intention is. But I don't have many examples of this because I stopped doing this last season, basically. And this has massively increased my play by not ganking these type of wave states. So the first example here is actually a 2 on the Gank Theory scale. This Jace is going to be trying to push in not this wave, but the next wave that's coming up here. So I am, taking a pretty important gank here, potentially looking to freeze the wave and, play off the bounce as we talked about in that 2A section. So I E over the wall here. As you see, Jace is trying to get this wave. I'm just waiting for the wave to connect. And Jace is like, oh, trying to get out, but he realizes he can't get out. And he does a really good job here in terms of he really tries to not get the wave, in for his team. And I sort of just want to show this example as we are able to pretty much, we are able to potentially freeze this outside the tower and do the bounce. But he just sort of showing the mindset of good laners, what they'll do in high elo. And this is what they want to do there. They will suicide for the wave. They really want to get the wave in ASAP. And obviously we sort of prevent that here. But again, I thought this was a really good example to show how it's so close from preventing them to get the wave in, like just seconds. Like if I ganked this, 2 seconds, later, like he was able to get like a good EQ on the rest of that wave or whatever, then I'm unable to, it's a very low impact gank. The wave has fully crashed. So I just want to show how close this can be. So this is a scenario that goes, example of going from a 2A to a 4 really quick. If I didn't do this Gromp looking at the wave here, they're going to be trying to hard shove this wave and maybe get a reset off. But I decided to do the Gromp because it is sort of a Jin Yumi. I don't really have ult. I didn't really want to force anything here. But we're sort of showing here, they start fighting and they're like, okay, might as well go here. Dragons around. It's not like Herald's up. It's not like I'm going to lose anything top side. So I'm sort of okay with going this, but you see how the enemy bot lane could just back off there. If my Jin is healthier, they wouldn't walk up to this tower. They're just pressuring this because he's low HP. But again, sort of just showing you this is what a pretty low impact. They've fully crashed the tower, the minions to the tower, as we can see, the cannon creep, and we're just not going to deny that much experience and gold from them. We might deny some minions from the wave, but it's not going to be, the one, or, we're going to be able to create a slow build and freeze it or anything like that because obviously the wave crashed. Okay, so we've talked about the early game. Now talking about how do we win games mid-game as Reksai. Again, we're going to go through many examples in my games, me getting to Challenger with these strategies. So mid-wave. It's all about mid-wave control, controlling areas of the map. It's not about so much, killing people. It's about controlling, forcing the enemy team to fall over themselves, pressuring them. Control wards, really important. So a huge tactic we're going to see here is using control wards to control brushes, rivers, look for picks over walls, using your support wards to control areas of the map, walking around with your support. Side lanes. The next thing is side lanes. Thinking about hovering your vulnerable members in the side lanes, and also in terms of talking about how do we set up objectives, what that looks like with Reksai, how we can control this game, how we can close out games once we've gotten the early game lead. So let's look at a bunch of examples and I'll show you how I'm thinking about how to win games through the mid game after, again, we've had a successful early game or maybe not so much successful early game. So what I love doing with Reksai in the mid game, once we're past the early game lane phase, we've got some towers broken. This example is pretty early. We're talking about the 13-minute mark. Towers usually sometimes aren't broken by this stage, but this example here, showing you my mindset. So what I'm doing here is I literally get a control ward out of base. I love control wards as Reksai. It's a lot about vision denial to make sure that you're controlling areas of the map looking for picks. I will ward over this wall, place the control ward, and I will literally just sit here and just hover specifically each wave that comes mid here. So right now this wave's coming up. I'm sitting here just to allow my Yasuo to get the wave, Many opportunities come from situations like this. The enemy team might collapse on him, but my mindset is essentially, let's get this wave and then we can move in together to control their jungle, but probably need someone to respond to bot wave here as well. But this is a key structure in terms of the mid game with Reksai. Just thinking about contesting this mid wave. It's not sitting here for no reason. It's with intention. I'm making sure Yasuo gets this wave. And with Reksai specifically, it's so powerful. You don't even need vision. You can literally have tremor sense, ear over this wall, quickly kill someone. Obviously, you'll need to be, aware of how many people are missing on the map. You can't just do it. But here's an example here. I'm in perfect position here. The game's at an even state, and suddenly now we've just exploded the game and then we've gotten dragon. So this is also very effective for setting up dragon control. I'm always looking for a pick, then dragon. I'm not going to just look to rush dragon. I want to get control of the area, get wards down, pop my sweeper, then looking to get dragon. Coming back mid here, again, thinking about contesting this next mid wave. Got my controlled in the bush here. Need to play a little bit cautious. Use this tunnel. Obviously, my team's right here to follow up, so I'm able to just jump over that wall. Again, my mindset is coming mid, looking for these opportunities, hovering in those side brushes. The same brush you can do here with a control ward. Over here, let's say if you're looking to control top side, but in this situation, we'll control in bot side. I mean, there's not really any objectives up at 16 minutes, so you can do which one you want. Sort of guess based on who's pushing waves in the side lane, what's going on there, but again, an example of how powerful, and I'll do this very frequently to explode the game, making sure that I'm controlling the mid game as Reksai. This example is just a simple coming mid here, looking for a dive angle from this location. I love diving from here as Reksai. Obviously, you can completely over the wall here. Just mindset is hovering laners, use them as bait. I want the enemy team to collapse on them, but if they don't, it's fine. We get a free tower. So I'm just patiently waiting. I'm not going to engage in that because the enemy team's all missing. So there's no reason to go on that Kiana. And even if we kill her, we don't really get anything for it because, we kill her. We have to respond to top wave, bot wave. They'll just collapse and, we can't do anything anyway. So I'm just patiently playing around waves. That's all I do on Reksai in the mid game. And then I just bait my GP there and we get some free kills and obviously puts us in a really good position for this game. All right, so thinking about the mid game in this situation, so this is a relatively, we're a little bit ahead here, but the enemy team does still have some clear win conditions here. Eve can be a bit of a menace in terms of the mid to late game. So I'm thinking about mid wave right now, but I find that, I have time to do my camps because my team should just back off. Yone's dead. If they don't back off, it's whatever, but I love clearing my camps. And you see how instantly right now I'm pinging. This is how forward thinking I'm thinking. I'm pinging this wave, thinking assistance. Let's go here, guys. Let's go here. Let's get a pick on whoever shows to this wave. So it's thinking about who on the enemy team is going to show up to this wave. I mean, someone has to show up to these minions, that someone is. So if you can get there just as they arrive or, Akali thinks she's very safe here. Look, she's just popped up here. Yone's coming. I have the tremor sense so I can see her pop up. There she is. And then she's just I'm just going to get my Yone to bait her on this wave. I think she thinks she's really strong, so she's just going to go straight on this here. But again, I'm just ready for this. The opportunity presents itself again based on the wave, nothing else. I know that Akali's here for the minions, nothing else. I'm not going to kills just for pointless kills. I'm going it because I know she's going to contest that wave. Okay, so Dragon's up. I am looking for a potential pick. Again, mindset is always I want to get picks in this stage of the game. I'm not going to just start the objective. I want to control, force him to walk into the dragon, then look for a pick. So I'm just hovering here, looking to control, protect these control wards and just get constant mid priority. An opportunity will present itself. You just need to be very patient. They see me on the ward here. Mindset is how can I get creative? How can I get a pick here? So I love contesting midway, but unfortunately we can't contest this because Karma goes here and, Gwen's pushing bots. So we don't want to just run into a 4v5 there. So we're just chilling back. They're going to control the river here, but it's all good. We relax. Give them control. I'm just hovering here. Sometimes what you can do in these situations, I'm not going to go now, but they get greedy for this or a melee champ or something like that, and maybe you can quickly get a pick here. But obviously with the 5 members of the enemy team here, I'm not going to be able to do anything. So just note this patience, guys. Just waiting for my laners. Gwen's just fully pushing that wave. That's a big win. They're going to be losing experience and gold there. Just being very patient, waiting for my window. And then now we come back here. Someone has to respond to bot wave for the enemy team. They don't want to miss all those minions. So that's why they're probably walking towards bot side. And then we're able to recontrol the river. And as you see, Jinx went to respond to that bot wave, which allows us to control the mid wave again, the mid, area of dragon. So unfortunately, Kai'Sa just suicides in there, so I'm just decided to back out, play really slow. And now I'm thinking, okay, Jinx is potentially struggling behind. They're going to come back into this where I see Jinx bot. Pick, looking for picks. Jinx is going to get a little bit ambitious here. She thinks she's safe, but yeah, I mean, that was probably pretty risky by the Jinx. She pays for it. Then they decide to do the dragon. We get the dragon, but we'll be able to clean up here pretty nicely. I love when Akali jumps at me like that. She just cannot do anything. Just playing really slow, looking for another flank position here. I love coming from flank angles as Reksai. Again, looking for another flank. Probably not going to walk up to that. I'll just die. Dodge some abilities. Again, showing that mindset of I'm looking for picks, which leads us now to Baron after they're able to, after they committed on that dragon. Another example of thinking about getting picks in the side lanes rather than the mid control. I see Lux pushing up here, so I just want to come and hover her in the side lane. Sweep this. Sweeper is very important for this sort of stage, and if you're going to be doing stuff like this, hovering. I know someone on the enemy team is going to show here. I do need to be careful with Jhin in base and Jace in base, though, so I am going to be placed pretty cautiously. But I do see 2 mid here, so this should be okay. And then, as we see there, he's just going to go for the solo kill. They love to fight in side lanes like this, guys, especially when the wave's in this situation, and then we're able to kill the Victor and put a lot of pressure on the map. This situation, enemy team's getting control of mid. I'm just hovering here, looking to just do my Raptors. Nothing else really for us to do. They're not going to really be able to siege this. We have Baron. We're very far ahead at this point as well, so we just need to just be really... just play this pretty slow. Just playing patient. No need to just run in and engage. Even though I could theoretically just one-shot any of them there. Caitlyn is dead. So I don't really just want to play coin flip. And this comp in general, I don't really have good follow-up. I got an AP Kai'Sa mid, Caitlyn Karma. So my mindset this game is sort of just play fights really slow. Find an opportunity to get a little bit of control of this area. Since my mid Kai'Sa is putting out a lot of pressure. Again, mid-control hovering lane is let them get this wave in. Reksai, they know that I'm here. That's the thing. Like, I'm not going to E over this wall because they know that I'm here. But again, the significant pressure that I'm putting out just because I am out of vision. And then as we see here, I'm able to just get a pick here on this misfortune, get the struggle. I love killing ADCs that are struggling behind their team. As we saw that Jinx example there, and that allows me to get that pick. And that's, again, sort of just showing the power of, Eing over this wall looking for prowlers. The distance you can close is immense. And that's why I love hovering in that bush with a control ward. It's my favorite brush in the game. Playing this really slow. Again, notice how I'm always looking at flanks positions. I'm not just running at them face first. Always pressuring them, cutting people off, threatening. So this is a bit of a sticky situation. Obviously, enemy team they're a little bit ahead of us. I'm pretty strong on my team, but I'm going to have to play this team fight pretty much perfectly for us to be able to win this. So we're very pressured here. The enemy team has full control of the river. I'm sort of just hovering here. They start the Baron. Just trying to threaten them off. Waiting for my Ornn to sort of be a bit of a front line there. Playing really patiently. We now have control of the mid wave here, so I instantly ping mid wave. Guys, let's go hit this. They can't do the Baron. And then, again, this wall is just very, very strong. Luxes are very, very nice. And, I'm able to catch them as they walk to the mid wave. And again, that's sort of just going to show you guys how important mid wave is. Enemy team falls over themselves. They don't know what to do here. They don't know how to react. They will split off and stuff. Someone goes there, we'll cut them off here. And as we can see here, Aurelia sort of just gets caught here. I don't know why her movement was even close to that. I don't know why she's even thinking about going over that wall. But that's just sort of showing how powerful Reksai is over that wall in terms of getting mid-game picks. I can't emphasize enough how many picks I've gotten just sitting in that bush waiting for someone to hover over there. And that gives us now control of the game. Simple sideline situation here. My Brand's pushing up. He's very vulnerable champ, obviously very low mobility. So I'm just going to look to go hover that. But if anyone comes there, we will be able to kill them. We are pretty far behind here in terms of, where team's getting a little bit destroyed. So I'm just waiting for any opportunity I can. And then I see Aatrox TP top. And then we're just looking to come and get a kill here. Because again, the top lane is going to fight a level 9 brand, especially an Aatrox. And then we're able to kill that. Does take a bit of resources, but again, we are behind. Thinking about side lanes, another example there, hovering them when they're vulnerable, when they're pushed up. Team fighting, skirmishing as Reksai. So A really big word you're going to hear me say in this is flanks and threat, using your threat. You don't just go in there and just ram in and just E into people and Prowler's Claw. You know, people have flashes, but people have so many kill from, let's say, supports like Janna and Lulu, that sort of stuff. You got to be really careful when you're choosing to go in as Reksai, because once you're in, you've comboed, that's it. You've done your max damage combo, you're in, you've altered, there's nothing there. So you need to be choosing your timing very wisely. This is where the champ mastery aspect of the champion really kicks in. Your goal is sort of to threaten most of the time. Again, pretend like you're going to go in zone, not actually to go in. It's sort of, think of it as like a Blitzcrank hook or a Morgana Q. You when they hold that ability, they're actually most scary. You'll position weirdly, you'll try and dodge, you'll position yourself in a certain way. The moment you throw that Blitzcrank hook or that Thresh hook, you can play completely differently. It's the same mindset as Reksai. Another really important thing for Reksai with teamfighting skirmishing is identifying the highest priority target before the fight starts. Who are you thinking to use your combo in? What is your identity? What is your role in the fight? Sometimes you might not have any high priority targets. You're against a heavy melee team. Your job is more so to kill through damage and your knock up on when they're diving your AD carry or mid lane or something, for example here. So there's very different ways you can be playing this champion. Holding your W for your burrow is really important. This is talking about patience. Your mindset is you never go on someone unless you know you can kill them 100%. Unless it's sort of like a front to back fight where you know you're going to knock them up and then kite backwards maybe a little bit. You have room to like E over the wall. You've got an E set up. You can E. But the mindset is that unless you kill the target, if you go in, you full combo someone, they get pilled, they heal, they flash, you're dead, you're useless, you're a 4v5. It's a 4v5. You're basically a minion. So let's take a look at all the examples of teamfighting skirmishing with Reksai. Patience is going to be a very big key theme for all these teamfighting examples. I popped the Herald there, looking to just play here. My team is Veigar. My mindset in these fights is to play off Veigar cage. So once that cage is done, notice how I'm not just running in here because the fight's starting. Look at this. I'm just sitting there, getting on the flank, threatening the Aatrox, and that allows my team to just kill the Akshan. Still playing really slow. I'm not eating in. I'm not jumping in, and then I decide to find my window to jump in because I'm finally safe. Very, very important to just not just run straight in, play really slow, really patiently, find that very small window to go in. Then we play off another Veigar cage. And then we're just going to get pick after pick, and obviously that Herald that I placed, we're just going to be able to run it down mid and just explode the game essentially from this point. This one's a bit more of an extended fight. Clear the ward. Hecarim decides to jump on me, which is not a smart move since I'm literally level 11. Do a full Fury E on him, just get a little bit of a chunk, back off. Go on the rise here. I still have ult. Decide to go for the ult on him. And look at this here, guys. You see how I'm not just running in here? I have nothing. I don't have Prowler's Claw. I don't have E. I don't have ult. So I'm threatening the flank, just playing really slow, threatening. And then I find my window to go in here, and then I'm able to catch off this Zeri with my blue smite. Flanks, flanks, flanks. You don't just run at people face first, especially when you don't have your abilities. Like the key abilities like your ult and Prowler's Claw. Fighting over some mid control here. Looking to do my famous ward. Probably pointless to place that ward down since that is just going to get cleared. They have a bit more control of it than us. Playing really slow, find an opportunity to do my Raptors. This is all warded, so I know that I'm playing on vision, and when the enemy team knows that you're around as Reksai, your threat significantly reduces. Get a little bit caught there. Gragas is in base, so we do need to be very careful here. And as you'll see here, you see how the enemy team's walking the river. I'm looking to pick off Jhin. He's my focus target in these fights. Jin's very, very vulnerable. Obviously, they know that I'm here, so I'm playing this very cautiously. Very, very slowly, just relax in. I am looking to go on the Singe there. And then I just decide to find the Rumble because Jin's just too far away, able to kill that, and we take the Dragon. Again, in that mindset of just looking to flank, I'm not here with my team. I'm sitting here threatening the team. They're all stuck in this choke point, which forces them to walk down into my Yasuo, and then we're able to just collapse on them here. Threaten them with your flank, your sheer Reksai presence. Enemy team's pretty far ahead of us in this situation. They have Baron, they're sieging. Trying to find my window, and then I see Caitlyn struggling behind, do my flash Prowler's Claw, bam, she dies. I do end up dying here to the Tom Kench, but again, I've just assassinated one of the highest priority targets, the 80 carry, and they've had to put a lot of resources to kill me. And my Kaisar, Rallying Soul Sona have just now be able to do whatever they want. So sometimes trading your life 1-for-1 can be good, especially when you're in a behind situation like this. And then we're able to clean this up and we actually come back and then win this game, even though we were in a pretty bad spot with objective bounties. So this is a dragon fight. I saw the dragon. I think I can quickly get this, but Lucian stops hitting it. So I just need to play really slow. My mindset now quickly switches in the situation. I'm now playing for the fight, not the objective. So I'm actually happy for Karthus to take this away from me. I just need to wait for my Karma. My Yone's in base, Cassiopeia's there. So I'm just playing this very slowly, just relaxing, again, threatening. I'm walking back and forth. I have no intention to engage. And then I find the dragon opportunity is able to come. And then we are able to kill them all here, and I just kite out the Karthus. And Karthus just looks useless in a situation like this. If you don't play Karthus's game where you just run at him and then kill him first at the fight, he's very, very easy to play around. So I'm playing very patiently, and the game just explodes from that situation. Dragon's coming up, looking for control around the bot river that we talked about in the mid control section here in the guide. Looking to just play a little bit more slower here. I am waiting for Gangplank to sort of be able to group with us, so really make sure you're thinking about playing around your teammates. I am seen on this, so I'm obviously seen. A lot of my pressure's gone. I'm looking to get into a flank position, looking for key targets. My mindset here is to kill Twitch. That's my key target in this fight. Notice how I'm not going on anyone. I'm not going on anyone here until Twitch shows, and Twitch is unable to show because he knows the threat that I'm putting out here. And then I'm finally find my opportunity. I'm like, okay, now I might as well just kill Glenn because Twitch hasn't showed, and then he's backed off. So let's play this again, because this fight is, again, really just showing how much threat you have by just not engaging. Like, Gwen is not my priority target here. You know, I need to be killing Twitch. If Twitch gets a full ult off here, we're all dead anyway. So I'm just making sure that Twitch isn't allowed to walk up. And then we're able to clean everyone up there. Playing around my mid-control strategy, but the enemy Kai'Sa gets caught here, unfortunately. We were probably a little bit overextended, so I just have to let her die. Don't compensate for your teammates at all here, guys. So now we're technically in a 3 versus 4 situation. Zeri was just base in there. Surrender vote comes out from my team. Everyone's looking to surrender. I'm just playing off the Vex. And then, again, they just don't expect that engage. I guess Vex really, really did a good job there. But I'm just waiting to follow up. Come in as a secondary. Didn't even have to flash or prowls or even ults there, and we get 2 kills. So, again, just sort of showing the distance you can cover. And I love killing people when they're on towers like this as Reksai. You know, you can do it everywhere here. Like, let's say they're pushed up here. It's a little bit harder there because let's say if they're pushed up and hitting your tower here, unless you can E over the wall here. It's more so like, let's say if they're pushed up to this tower, I would E over the wall here and kill them. Or, you know, same sort of thing here on this side of the map. Our Samira gets picked, but we kill the Annie. They're looking to do Baron here. Threatening from both angles here. And this is what I love this as Reksai, especially with champs like Vex and Riven. And, you know, if we're covering from 2 angles and they're pretty immobile here with Fiddlesticks, Nami, I guess they sort of did a really bad decision there of starting that Baron. So obviously if they see that I'm here, I am playing that cautiously. I know Fiddlesticks is obviously going to ult over this, so I'm just running away. Just pinging that off. Playing pretty patiently, waiting for my opportunity. Enemy Jax is bot, so we know we have a bit of an advantage here. I look to go all the way around, but unfortunately don't get there in time, which actually works out well for us because I don't get hit by the Fiddle ult there. Just playing really patiently, waiting for my window. Look at these kite back guys. I'm sort of waiting for Jax to go in. Just want to show that again because, again, this is very important for Reksai fights is, you know, choosing that window, waiting for them to choose another target, and then you just go peel, and then able to clean up here, and then we're able to kill the Fiddlesticks. This is a great demonstration this game. We're really far behind. I'm looking to get a pick over this wall for this tower. Again, I love killing people when they're on my towers and jumping over walls, taking people by surprise. So they have Baron. We have 7 kills down. They're very far ahead right now. Find an opportunity to do the Raptors. I come clear this wall because this is my bush. This is always my bush. I'm not letting anyone get this. So we're able to get control of the river now because my team was able to push this, all because of this water. Again, I can't emphasize enough how important that water is. There's so much threat from Reksai sitting in that bush with the control water, even if they know you're there. So I'm just relaxing, waiting for Katarina to come from base. Flank position, flank position. Get the pick on Alistar. And that allows us to get control of the river now. This is a bit more of a skirmish rather than a team fight. Obviously, our team's really far ahead. We're 8-2. But just looking for a pick here over the wall. We see the tremor sense, which my entire team can see that. So looking. They don't walk up here, so they might know that we're here, or they're waiting for us to potentially walk in. Identify Olaf as my target, not Akali. Able to dodge all her abilities there. Flush that, and then she's able to die. So sort of just showing here, the mindset I want to get here is talking about prioritizing targets. Akali, I can never kill Akali. She's got too much peel for herself. Olaf is much more vulnerable here, so I'm looking to one-shot Olaf, dodge all the damage of all Akali's damage with my ult, and then, you know, we can finish off the Akali here. I mean, I maybe would have traded 1-for-1 there, which might not have been ideal, especially when we're this far ahead. But again, sort of showing, demonstrating the power of target selection. Really important to choose the most vulnerable targets as Reksai. So I'm 9-0 this game. I'm absolutely carrying this game, but again, I can't die. I must play these fights very, very patiently. As we see here, I don't just run blindly onto the Sona there. I'll just get ulted in one shot. I'm trying to push them into an area that I have an advantage. Just threaten the flank. I'm never engaging, just threatening the flank. I'll find my opportunity, wait for Zero to use all abilities. Fiora goes in, and then I'm able to come here and then just clean up here. Probably didn't need to Prowler's Claw there. I was pretty much already on top of them. Again, there's that really safe sort of mindset, making sure that I'm baiting them into a bad position rather than just running face first and just dying, waiting for my team to go in. I'm sort of more of a secondary engage, you could sort of say. Following on from my mid-game control, hovering side lanes, I'm helping my Cassidy right now. We're pretty far behind, as we can see the score here. 21-14. Hovering Cassidy, just making sure he's able to successfully get these waves, but a team fight will break out around here. Just looking to come, they do have this bush water, which is a really good ward for them. So obviously my position is compromised, which means my threat is significantly lowered. And then you notice here how I'm just looking for the stragglers behind. You see how GP, he thinks he's got a really good flank here because he's going to be like, you know, killing them. But I'm just like, okay, GP, I'm here. I'm looking for you. I know what you're going to do, buddy. He dodged all that. He fell flashes, and I don't even need to ult after him. And this now allows us to win this fight, even though we're behind. I'm looking for that pick. Again, notice here right now, guys, just because we have a man advantage, I still need to play very cautiously. I just kite backwards. I'm not going to run straight into a Lux and a Rakan ult. So I'm looking for a flank now, waiting for my E, able to get here. Really good Everfrost by the Lux there. I'll just hold my E for the Caitlyn because she's high priority target. Get 2 Zonyas, and I just absolutely hard carry that fight. That allows us now to win this game. Patience, flanks, common theme you're going to see here all the time in the way that I'm able to effectively play Reksai in these mid to late game fights. Sweeping in one of my favorite positions here, waiting for them to walk up to this wave. Just playing pretty patiently. I'm not going to engage in a Rakan. I'm just going to die there. I don't have follow-up. My team's not there. Thresh goes for a hook here. I don't need to E, so I'm just going to peel back. One shot. He uses everything. And then I'm able to follow up here, get the Caitlyn's flash, which is really good small wins for us. Just play slow, just relax. I'm not going to engage on... Notice how I don't engage on Lux there? I'm threatening Caitlyn. I know that my team's going to clean her up. I'm just going to push off anyone who tries to come and fight my team. Reksai burrowed is one of the most threatening things in team fights. You just pretend you're going to go on people, but you just don't. That's just the mindset. Waiting in the shadows, waiting for them to just use all their abilities, engage. I'm waiting for them to walk up in a flank position. Again, I'm not just with my team right now, A-ramming with them. I'm looking to go for the high priority targets. I'm very tanky right now. I'm 13-4, so I'm pretty strong with my Death's Dance and my Maw. Just playing really patiently, waiting for my opportunity to come. I don't have ult yet. That's why I'm also very patient around my ult as Reksai. I won't really go in and E unless I have ult, and obviously now I have ult, so I'm able to comfortably go in, get the kill there, and then we're able to clean up another fight. Callista's hitting mid-wave. I'm just looking for any stragglers that look to come into here. Looking for my flank position. Nunu engages. Sometimes they can just engage and they're not even going to be able to get there in time. You know, a Nunu engage is pretty insane. Able to just kill the Karma there. Didn't really do much use there, but again, the mindset, showing myself, looking for those flanks. Get a flash. Pop my stopwatch. Elise probably could have killed me there, but she sort of misses her cocoon, and we're able to clean up that fight. So just hovering mid here, waiting for this next wave to come up. Looking for my flank position. I do get seen on a ward there. People sort of know what I want to do, so I got to be a bit more creative with my picks. Again, I'm not just running onto Sion there, guys. If I use my entire combo on Sion, the key thing about Reksai is if you use your entire kit on someone, unless you kill them, it's a 4v5. If I jump on Sion and kill him, he's just going to passive, and technically they can still maybe win this fight. So I'm just threatening, just scaring them off. My kill targets was actually, I was looking for Kiana or the Eve. I see Kiana, and that allows me to get that. Imagine if I went on the Sion here, guys. Kiana would have a field dream. She just jumps in and kills everyone. But because I'm able to just hold my abilities, I'm able to push her off here, get the kill, and then she can't even throw her ults, guys. That's how quickly I'm able to kill her. So really important to choose your targets. I'm not just going to run in on a tank. Be smart about the resources, the time you choose to go in on someone, because once you've gone on someone, unless you kill them or it's a high priority target, it's a 4v5. Okay, so enemy team is controlling Baron right now. It's a pretty even game. My Vayne is split pushing bot. I don't decide just to walk into here because I know that it's all shroomed. So what I love to do is if they're on Baron, I love to be walking around here. I want to get into this position rather than just walking into there head first, because again, it's all watered and then my threat's gone. So I love this position. You see how I'm looking to get behind this wall? Obviously, I can't get this, but I'm just waiting for my Vayne. I'm just sort of just pressuring them, threatening the Ahri. I'm able to ult there, and then I have, there's a lot of a heavy AP team this game, so I'm able to just get more of Malmortius, and then we just kill them, and then great. Again, just think about how much work I've done for this fight by just not going, just threatening them. You know, they like half the enemy team's going for that, half of them know they have to deal with me, and I'm forcing them like, hey guys, I'm here, come get me. And this whole time I'm actually just baiting them and waiting for Vayne. And the Ahri gets pretty impatient here, and she's like, I'm going to kill this Reksai, this is illegal, why is he allowed to be here? And then we're able to finish them off, and then Vayne comes and cleans up. In one of my favorite positions over this wall, whilst the enemy team's looking to contest the mid wave, just waiting, looking for some picks. They try and find the opportunity on my Xayah, and then I see the opportunity here. We get a flank, and then we're just basically just going to be able to win the game from this. They think that Xayah is vulnerable, and they're looking to try and get her a pick, but again, I'm just here in the right place, right time, looking for these opportunities when the enemy team's going to do something stupid like this. Okay, so we're going to review a full game from start to finish. What I really like about this game is it breaks down a lot of narratives. Every Reksai player I see or people talk about it, people think he's an early game ganking jungler. That's it. If you don't gank, he's over. Yes, that is true to an extent, but I want to show you a game where I have no options. I decide to full clear, and I only have about 2 or 3 windows. I need to play around the waves correctly, again, using my Gank Theory model, the 1-to-4 scale, to just explode the game. So this is a game where I've lost Herald. I'm against a scaling Karth. This is a scaling GP. I am not able to really I'm able to do nothing early game. I have 3 losing lanes basically, and I'm able to identify a couple of key opportunities to just explode the game. And we win this game in 20 minutes. They FF at about 18, 20 minutes. When I have 0-0-0 as Reksai at 9 minutes, I've got double crabbed early game. I really want to show you guys breaking down a bunch of narratives for Reksai. Playing slow, playing patiently, waiting for the right opportunities, the high impact plays that we're looking for to win the game. All right, so let's break down some invisible narratives around Reksai. The early game champion, you get outscaled. What happens if you have losing lanes? That's always the common trend. So this is a perfect game. I literally have 3 losing lanes. We're down. We've lost Herald. We've lost dragons, everything. My bot's getting destroyed by a Draven that's just dominating. So let's take a look at this game. Let's break down this game. And what I want you to pay attention to is look at the ganks, the decisions I decide not to go for, and how decisive I am and waiting only for the high percentage options that's going to break open the game. So I'm against a Karthus here. Obviously, Zillion top, I've got a Kali mid. I got basically 3 losing lanes. I am against a Kha'Zix mid here, which is a bit strange. I don't really know how that plays out. But again, the Karthus GP, they're scaling. They're scaling, guys. All right, so because I don't have many options, my mindset here is just to start blue and full clear. And the reason I'm not going bot, you'll be like, Nathan, why not go bot and go and, play and kill the Draven and the Pike? The thing is that, you know, Karthus clears so fast, he can just come here and just counter gank this, and Pyke's going to be able to ward and be annoying, and, you know, Jhin, and I'm probably not going to have priority bot. It's just going to be a bit of a disaster. My mindset is just to play slow. I'm just playing slow here. Again, my mindset is literally, I'm going to full clear this game as Reksai, guys. So I see the enemy Karthus start bot. I do a full clear towards top, and my full clear is super slow as well. I mean, look how slow this is. I'm finishing my camps at 3:20 seconds. All right, why? Look at how decisive I am here, guys. Insta base. There's nothing for me to do top. The Gangplank has warded. Also, the Karthus is top because he started red, so he's just going to get this crab. Nothing for me to do topside. Insta reset, looking to go to bot crab. But guess what, guys? I go to bot crab, and look, it's gone. Literally, the enemy bot lane took the bot crab away from me as well, so I don't even have a crab. I'm getting double crab by the enemy team. My bot has also died twice. Nothing I could do about that because I was pathing towards top. I try and, you know, come here and pressure a little bit. You know, there's nothing really for me to do bot here because I know that Karthus is going to reset and then he's going to be bot ASAP. So I'm just checking, I'm scouting. Karthus obviously clears very quickly. The enemy bot lane knows I'm there, so there's nothing for me to do there either. And then I'm even going to walk over this crab here. I'm like, why is this gone? And then I see Karthus on that Krugs, because obviously I'm tracking him really well, so there's nothing for me to do except for clear. Clear, clear, clear. My bot dies again. You might argue, Nathan, maybe you should probably, you know, this is a Gank Theory 2B. I should be looking to counter gank this. So maybe a bit of a mistake here. I probably should look, maybe this is my only opportunity, but I feel like that there should be safe because we have all that watered, but they sort of get kicked by the Pyke Q, so bit of a disaster there. So again, I got nothing's happening mid. I'm 3-0 down here now, guys. Remember, oh my god, we got an FF. We're Reksai. We've done nothing early game. Raptors. I'm coming mid here. This is not gankable. Enemy Pyke is missing. Karthus is missing. They could be bot. I'm purely here just to potentially protect. But then I like, okay, Akali's level 6. She should be fine. She won't get assassinated there. So I can't even invade the top side camps because Karthus could be there easily. I just don't know where he is. He's pathing towards top and matching me. So I see Karthus on this. I try and push him off. I don't have smite, so I can't even really look to get this crab. Sorry, that's the GP, not the Karthus. He's trying to pressure me on that crab. Top's pushed up. I'm just trying to do this crab. I mean, Karthus, I assume, is just going to be bot side now. He hasn't shown it all here. We are pinging top. I'm looking for a potential dive. Top, I don't have ult. Zilean does have ult. I think GP is just going to respect. I think I'm trying to... Okay, and this is GP really good here. He ults the wave, so I can't even really do anything here. There's no wave. I'm not going to just dive and no wave GP. Maybe I could with the Zilean, but again, there's not really much point. I want to get to my bot camps and defend my bot camps ASAP, because if I dive that, guys, and I show on the map, I lose everything bot. I'm spam pinging bot. Karthus bot. Karthus bot. He started... We know he started red, and as he is, he's taking my bot camp, so I want to get bot ASAP. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I'm getting hard pressure. I'm getting out jungle by Karthus, guys. I've done nothing. I got a hard losing bot. What do I do? So I'm just trying to scout. I'm just playing really safe. I've lost all my camps to the Karthus. I'm looking to maybe potentially invade his top camps. I think maybe Karthus is doing the dragon, so I'm trying to trade something for it. That's my mindset. So I do able to push back. I know that Karthus has lost some tempo there because he went for my blue and Gromp. So I'm able to take the blue. I don't grieve for the Gromp because, again, he hasn't showed. I'm a little bit iffy. Where's Pyke? What's going on? I'm playing very safe, guys, very cautiously. If I die once this game, guys, the game is just going to explode. I can't waste R. My first R needs to be super high impact. Doing my red. I know there's nothing for me to do top here. I'm literally right now, I'm not even going top here. You can't do Herald or anything because I assume the Karthus is going to be top side here. And also the Pyke's missing for a long time. It's really important in high elo to also be tracking the enemy supports. And then I see top. I'm like, okay, interesting. Look at top, guys. It's slow building, isn't it? So look at this. I'm not ganking this, guys. This is a gank theory #1 I'm going for. I have ult. I have flash. Zilean has ults. I'm thinking about here slow push. I have time to take the Krugs. Look at top, guys. Gank theory 1. I just lost the Herald, by the way, to the Karthus. All right, going for my first play. My first play, guys, it's 9 minutes, 50 seconds in the game. Karthus is out farming. He's like 80 CS. I'm going for my first play. I'm playing off the slow build. We don't really actually able to even deny much. He's got the lot of the wave, but great. We get the kill there. We get to save our ults. Really cool. Just going to push this wave, look to potentially reset and go bot. Karthus ult kills my Leona. I'm like, okay, Karthus ult, Karthus bot. I should probably just stay top, keep getting some plates. There's nothing. I've lost all my bot camps. I'm just tried and trade at this point. All right, just looking to recall. Maybe I can do something bot here. I'll probably just go straight back top out of base here. I'm just pinging. I've lost all my camps. All right, so that's impact play number 1. Okay, I have an opportunity here. People love to hit these tunnels, so I go for this, and we've just dived. So now this is getting really hard. We're denying a lot of experience in goal right now. I probably didn't need to ult there. We sort of overlapped our ults. Okay, this is looking good now, guys. We're getting some momentum. We're looking, again, the first plays we're making as Reksai is at 9 minutes, 10 minutes in the game. My Zillion dies because Kha'Zix roams. I'm going bot now. All right. Interesting. What am I doing here? I'm going to be doing the Gank Theory 2B. I'm here to protect. I know the enemy laner. They're going to try and fight. They think they're deceptively strong. I have follow-up right now. I have my Prowler's Claw. I wish I had ult, but Leona has ult and Jhin has R. So I'm actually pretty confident here. And I know that the Karthus is probably now topside. He recalled towards topside. So this is my next high impact play here. The great thing about Reksai is he eliminates the Pyke. Obviously, really good Jhin W there. And this is, again, I had lots of follow-up. Look at this impact, guys. I'm 3-0 now. Building some momentum. Here we go. My team was getting destroyed. Breaking the tower. Fantastic. Oh, now opportunity to do Dragon. Pretty lucky that I haven't lost the Dragon at all. I'm 4-0. So look at the state of the map here now, guys. Okay, we're rolling now. You know, our Jin's gotten some levels here. I've made some high impact plays, but again, the thing I want to highlight this game is look how many opportunities I could have gone for there. All right, so I find an opportunity bot. So this is a situation in terms of Gank Theory. The enemy team, they're pretty heavily contested. I mean, I guess this is going to be a neutral wave, but they're still fighting. As we can see here, they're trying to hard push again and again. So I'm finding an opportunity. Have some great setup from my Leona. And then we're able to kill them again. I'm 5-0 as Reksai, guys. 5-0. All right, making sure I'm not dying. I'm 6-0. How did I get another kill here? Okay, Pyke just greeted for the Jhin, and then I'm able to finish off the Pyke. Got another kill. Awesome. Clear, clear, clear. Camps, camps, camps. There's nothing for me to do. I'm just going to go for a full clear. Nope. I do Raptors, and I'm looking to pressure with my team. So again, I have like 80% kill participation this game, guys. This is again sort of showing you, again, I only go for high impact plays. I do a max. I didn't have ult there, unfortunately. I think I actually thought I had ult there, so that's a little bit bad. That's pretty bad, guys. Not ideal scenario. All right, come straight back up. But I've identified bot now. I can just keep repeat killing bot. Bot now has become incredibly easy for me to gank. I annihilate Draven because he's super immobile, and Pyke I can just one-shot. So now we're just repeat killing bot, able to break the bot tower here. I lose Herald. I'm just playing for the second dragon. Doing my favorite little spot over the wall here. Again, I'm just going to follow my Leona and my Jhin around the map. I've identified them as the win condition. Just being patient, find an opportunity here. Maybe could have saved my E for the Pyke there. I think we were going to finish him off there, but that's all right. Again, love that gank angle. Clear my camps. Great opportunity. I've just made some plays. My team's all reset. It's a great opportunity to clear your camps when your team has recalled. So my Jin's recalling now. I instantly back off. I know, okay, there's no real play to be done here. Maybe I can look at something like a side lane. But Jhin does stay on the map. They start fighting. I'm looking top. You know, I've still have some pretty good farm here, guys. I'm 122 CS by 20 minutes. And I think the game's pretty much over. We end pretty soon after this. Get my third dragon, 8-1. Take Baron, and then we're just able to end the game off this. They surrender. how not to play Reksai, what bad Reksai gameplay looks like. So I've collected a montage of everything I did to lose Reksai games, throw games. It's so easy to throw with Reksai, especially when you get a big lead in the early game. And this is, again, talking about methodically closing the game out. But I also want to show you just all the basic mistakes that I was making in my games as well. Some things to think about. A common trend I found in my games is generally you aren't going to be winning games with like more than 5 deaths as Reksai. Is really important to make sure that you're valuing your life, again, taking those high impact plays. So let's take a look at my fail montage, I guess you could say, of Reksai. This is how not to play Reksai, but also learn from my mistakes. And I'm still learning from my mistakes on Reksai today. I'm not a perfect player at all. Let's take a look at my Reksai, how not to play him montage. Terrible play number 1. This is what not to do on Reksai. I E over the wall here, good in my gank angle. You know, we've shown lots of examples in this guide already of this working. But guess what? I have 0 patience here. I have a level 2 Aatrox who cannot follow up at all right now. It's a full HP Jace, and I'm not waiting for Jace to go and hit minions. So this is literally ganking 101. I sometimes just completely fail to do this, but my mindset right now needs to be, he needs to be going for a certain minion. If I think about in terms of how vulnerable Jace will be in the situation, I mean, this minion is probably going to be able to get. This minion was pretty safe for him, but if he starts to go for these minions, this is when he's vulnerable. So I need to wait for these minions to be low HP for him to start hitting these, and I should probably just wait for my Aatrox to get level 3 so he has more abilities. So this is just horrible ganking, guys. Like, if I gank like this, you can't expect to win games as Reksai. As simple as that. In this position, super far ahead. My team's 6-0. I'm 3-0. Playing off a bot stacked wave. I mean, we got literally bot on 1 plate here. So this is just going to be a very clean game, but I do stupid things like this all the time on Reksai. Okay, so watch this fail dive. I know Karthus is here. Obviously, I'm going on Karthus. Cool. Bam. Kill the Karthus. And for some reason, I need to commit an ult onto Nautilus here. There is 0 point to this. We're going to be able to kill him anyway. I just need to wait for Karthus to back to, you know, just dodge some of his Qs, wait for him to his passive to go away, and then we can come and dive this. It's just stuff like this just loses you games, you know, like even though we're super far ahead, now I just end up dying. And then, you know, if I press tab here, I'm literally basically 2 levels down from the, you know, the Karthus, and, you know, I've just given him massive gold, and you just can't afford to make these mistakes on Reksai because you will fall behind. You know, I suddenly throw in win condition. They got lots of shutdowns. Look how much gold Karthus just got. I mean, it's just end of review stuff. I end my reviews in these sort of situations. So just be patient. Just because you're fed, you're not the strongest thing in the world. I didn't even get my Prowler's Claw until that base. I had 1900 gold fight in here, so I'm not even that strong. But just don't greed your ult for those type of kills, especially when it's just so pointless, unnecessary. Approaching a gank situation, I have a level 2 Tahm Kench. I am level 3 here. I did just a red Krugs Raptors into looking to gank top here. Level 2 laners. I mean, you got to look at your laners' HP. You got to look at your laners' levels. Really important. You know, Tahm Kench is level 2. The base stats are lower. He's not going to be able to offer much. Jace has almost got this wave in. But I sort of, you know, go here and Tahm Kench, you know, he doesn't have his W yet, I don't think. He's spamming in W not learned yet. So I'm literally just going in on this. It's just a terrible gank. And we look at, like, even if we happen to get this kill, which we don't, you know, Tahm Kench has basically lost a whole wave. He's probably lost more. Even if we get the kill, he's lost more chasing this. And I'm baiting my laner to this. I'm just like forcing this play. And laners hate this, guys. I can't emphasize enough how much laners hate this. This is a forced gank. It's a low impact gank. You lose games. This is end of review for this game here. This game, I went for a blue Gromp Wolves into a level 3 gank mid, but let's just quickly assess, guys, the follow-up. Again, I have a level 2 Ashe. He's going to be hit level 3 soon. Syndra's sort of like hugging the bot side here. You know, Ashe is not going to offer much here. You got to think about the tools for your teammates. So I'm going here, you know, she's full HP. At max, I'm going to get a flash, but I just get E'd, and it's just absolute waste of time. I show on the map, I do nothing with it, and Syndra's just laughing at me and just poking me down. Fail gank. If you got to review your ganks when you're playing Reksai, guys, because if you fail ganks like this, it's just end of review. Just move on to the next game because you can't be stuffing that up. You got to be hard on yourself. And you can tell I'm very emotional talking about these bad plays, guys, because I just lose games like this straight up. I did lose this game. You know, Syndra can do whatever she wants now. She knows that I'm going bot side. She can just hug top side. All my pressure early game is just completely gone. Hovering my LeBlanc here in this situation. I'm looking for a pick on Lux, waiting for it to walk up here. Prowlers, Flash, Ult, I have everything. So able to kill the Lux, great. That's awesome. I'm level 10. You know, now I'm 3 levels ahead of the Lux. Fantastic. And then good old Nathan here is going to be looking. Again, obviously the enemy team knows that I'm there, so they're going to be respecting. I probably should just be going back to my camps. There's not much kill threat on mid. So looking to cut off now. The Talon is maybe collapsing on me. There's no wave, nothing. All I want to do is go and kill this guy. I can't dodge an Rex Xerath E, and then Talon collapses on me, and then I trade. And there you go. Even though I killed the Xerath, it's not worth me dying there. I go 1 for 1. I literally give massive shutdown, and my entire tempo momentum of this game is completely thrown off. And as I said, I'm basically baiting my Karma here as well. And then that just puts my bot lane in just a really awkward position now. And then LeBlanc dies, and then, you know, there's so many consequences. The moment you're off the map as the most fed member on your team, you're the Reksai, you can't be dying like that. Again, that's such a low impact kill. There's no wave. The AD carry, enemy AD carry is not even there. Even if I do kill Xerath, it's just low impact. It's a waste of ult, and it's risky because obviously Talon knows that I'm going to be looking to do that anyway. So really poor stuff. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so I'm doing something good here. This is my hotspot that I love to E over the wall. I'm looking for Misfortune because I know she's probably going to look to ult, but I sort of just go way too early, and for some reason I'm going for the Nautilus, and then I just get caught here, and then again, same thing. I'm very far ahead, but you just do these dumb deaths. You know, I give huge shutdown to Anivia, and it's just completely unnecessary. Like, we're so far ahead. Why do I need to do this? And I just throw the game, stuff like this. You just can't make these type of mistakes. Like, what I should be doing here is literally just sit in here, waiting for someone of more priority target to walk up. I just literally just sit here, wait for Anivia or Misfortune to walk up, and then we can come and kill them. But the moment I'm there, and Anivia and Misfortune is laughing. They can do whatever they want, and then I just die for no reason. I'm 10-0. Another perfect game, you know, beautiful fundamentals this game, and you can just throw it all away. For some reason, the enemy team's completely missing here. I decide to go over the wall and try and kill a support Karma. I int here, and then my team's going to follow up. Luckily, they didn't completely follow up there. Never mind, they're actually probably going to get caught here. And I literally just add basically 3-4 minutes to the game just because I die here, and I give 700 gold shut down to the Jace. I just gave 1,000 gold to the enemy team for absolutely no reason. Zero patience. I think I'm the best player in the world this game, but you're going to be humbled very quickly when you start doing dumb things like that when the entire team's missing on the map. This clip is definitely a target selection problem. I'm not identifying the key target, the highest damage threat person. I see the Jarvan pop up here, but Jhin is obviously the higher priority target. I could literally blue smite and just jump on him right now and just one-shot this guy. For some reason, I'm focusing the Jarvan with, you know, he's building Gorge Ringer components, and then I just die, and I probably wasn't even tracking the pike there. Really sloppy stuff. Again, I was 4-0, and now I just completely throw the game, and all my tempo momentum's gone. I just lose Dragon for free just because of play like that. So this situation here, I've had a pretty good early game. I have 1,100 gold, which I talk about a lot, where you just got to reset the moment you get 1,100 gold. But I know the enemy jungler is going to be topside here, and the Riven has a big slow pushing wave that I love to hover. Obviously, we've talked about the Gank Theory a lot in this guide already, so this is just good fundamentals. I have a level 4 Riven to a level 2 set. So this is just the freest kill. We're going to get a double kill at 100%. I'm even pinging the enemy junglers here. And let's look at how I mess up this execution. This is just a mechanics thing, sort of timing thing. But this is how you lose games. So I'm just hovering, I'm hovering. So the problem with this, guys, is I go way too early. The enemy can now focus me. I need to wait for the enemy team to go on my Riven, and then when they commit, then I follow up, and then we just die, and then we don't deny all that minions, and then we lose minions there. That is end of review. Nothing more to look over for this game. That's just a game-losing mistake. And think about how quickly that knife's edge. If we double kill this, we win the game. If we lose this, we lose. And all I had to do again was just be patient, wait for them to fully commit on the Riven, and then I follow up here. I flash, I have E, I have everything. It's just the freest 2v2. When you fight in a minion wave this size, guys, it basically counts as a champion. So this is actually a 3v2 situation. We lost because I wasn't patient. Okay, so looking to pressure enemy jungler right now. In his bot side, I have Fizz move mid. I have bot priority. So this is just all mine. I'm looking to set up Dragon or something. I'm 2-0, you know, doing really well this early game. So the key principle that I always follow here is they know they had plenty, the enemy team has plenty of time to set up this play. So obviously Cassio just caught those minions mid, and you see that she's walking down here. Obviously I am somewhat cautious here because I know Cassiopeia has come in. Fizz goes for that. Maybe I didn't follow Fizz soon enough. I didn't really have E. So maybe I could have played that a little bit better. But I just decided to turn on this. And I can't get my ult off because of the Cassio W. And then I die there. And then the Twitch gets fed. And then, you know, I've just again thrown the game. So principle that I like to follow there is when the enemy team has plenty of time to set up for the play, it usually goes a little bit poorly. You want to be pulling off those plays really quick, making sure the enemy team has slow, not much room to adapt to the situation. As I said, I was killing a ward. They knew I was there for, you know, 30, 40 seconds. So, and I sort of just got greedy, cocky here trying to kill the Cassio that's 2 levels ahead of me. I'm 8-1, super strong, 1,500 gold in my inventory, level 10, looking to collapse on the Cassiopeia. Fizz is pinging me, but I'm not really worrying about that. I'm looking to collapse on mid. Going for this Graves. Graves ends up killing my Lucian. Pretty well played to him there. And then the hero I think I can kill a Graves that is 3 levels ahead of me, guys. And I think he has Eclipse as well. I do have my Nami here, but very, very, it's not even really going to be close. I've used my entire combo on him, and then I just throw the game here. And I was 8-1, and now I'm 8-2, and I gave a huge shutdown. And then now Fizz is going to die, and then everyone dies. And then again, I've sort of just thrown the game there. So, you know, be very careful going on targets that are much higher level than you. Their base stats, if you can't one-shot them, don't go. And this is sort of the thing you're going to take experience with Reksai. It takes a while to sort of get the damage combos. But again, for me, I mean, there's just no excuse. And for some reason, I just think that I can kill 3 levels ahead champion with 2 items on me when I have 600 to 1,600 gold in my inventory. If I had 2 items, I think I would have been able to kill him if I was level 11 for sure, but I just don't have the damage, so it's pointless. You're literally a minion. You're going for stuff like that. So I see Twitch in the side lane. I'm looking to catch him out. We have Baron. I'm doing pretty decently well here. My Fizz is bot, and I decide to go for an overchase, looking for the Twitch. I mean, by now he's just gone. It's just a huge overchase. And then I get caught, and then we basically lose the game from me getting caught here and overchasing. So again, very basic mistake. You have short windows to make these plays, guys. You know, if you extend in plays, the enemy team will react, and you are going to die. And then my entire team dies, and then it's just we lose the game. This game, I have a 100% kill participation in 4-0-2 again. Beautiful, flawless game, great jungle fundamentals, and you're just going to throw it away very easily here. I have Prowls, I have Flash, I have Ult, I have everything. I see the enemy team collapse in. I decide to go for the center, and I think I can kill both. But Shen ult comes out, and then I'm not able to kill. And I could have just backed off there, but I had to flash in there. I give a massive shutdown to Kai'Sa, end of review. Make sure, you know, we're just taking the small wins. Just back off. I could literally just back off here. I don't know why I'm going in on this. I can't even kill her with 1 auto attack Q anyway, so what's the point? My team's looking to siege mid. I really like this pick spot. Just sitting here, waiting for someone to walk in. But the downside of Tremor Sense is we don't really know who's walking into here. I was just going to coin flip that it was like the AD carry, but it's literally the Jarvan with Gore Drinker. And then I just die for absolutely no reason. And again, throw the game and lose Dragon from that. Brand and I are trying to quickly sneak this Baron, but they see us with a blue trinket. I mean, I should really just not be compensating here. I mean, he's just dead. And then I just try and go and kill the Kai'Sa, and I'm not even close. Again, if you don't have the damage, guys, we can't kill. And I'm just not thinking about Shen ult at all here. And I'm just trying to just overforce the play. And I can't even kill the Kai'Sa anyway here. So, you know, we lose Baron here and team, everyone dies. So could have easily backed out there, but I'm just compensating because sometimes you get into the mindset as Reksai where you just lose the patience factor. You're like, I have to fight. Something's happening. Coward, got to go kill the AD carry. I mean, Camille's not even here. She doesn't even have TP. So she's walking here. And for some reason, I feel like we can fight this and they have Shen ult. This is a pretty common situation. Sort of, you get into a mindset where You can kill someone, you can go for one, but it's almost never worth, Dragon, as you can see, is coming up here as well. Like, I'm going to lose an objective for this. They use a lot of cooldowns on Echo, but I decided to go in here and then I don't even get my ult off. I was just going to die there anyway. So it's just not worth trading one there at all. This is what I call a small wins mindset. Just get the Lissandra, she's low HP, then we can set up the Dragon properly. And then I just compensate there, die, we lose Dragon, we lose all momentum in the game. Again, I had 0 deaths and then I just threw the game completely. End of review. All right, so my team gets picked here, gets caught. So we're sort of in a concede everything mode. I can't really trade anything. I could maybe go to his bot side. I see Xin Zhao there, so I think I can go for a potential kill here. I'm seen on a ward, remember? So all my threat is gone. And I try and go for the play here, and then I literally just went one shot. I mean, I do see the intention there, but there's just no point in going for this play, guys. My team's all dead anyway, so even if we do get this kill, we're not going to, it's like Dragon's up for another minute or so. We're not going to be able to get anything from it. So huge risk, not really worth it, not good. I'm trying to go for an aggressive play in their jungle here. Obviously, I have huge bot priority. I have Misfortune and with an ult and Karma, so it's huge poke. So I think I'm really safe here, but it's such a misconception. Lee Sin goes on me. I feel like I'm really cocky. I feel like I can 1v1 him, but the enemy bot lane's obviously going to be able to get here quicker than my bot lane. I wasn't even thinking about Lissandra, and there we go. This is a game I couldn't make any mistakes because our team was behind, and now I've just made the game literally impossible. I mean, I do have a win condition here through bot. All I need to do is protect, defend bot, counter gank bot. It's on 2 plates. We've got a great win condition, and then I make the game just unplayable by doing some weird stuff like that. So put in a lot of work in this early game. Ganking top here, we kill the Fiora. Great. I know that the enemy mid laner is rotating here, and Graves is, I know that he's topside as well since Herald's coming up soon and he started red. I don't take the small win for some reason. I get really greedy here. I try and kill the Vex and I just die again. I was 2-0-3 and now I have that 1 death. And then I die and now Graves is going to miss, Jax is going to miss a lot of farm. And it's just absolutely just disastrous. And as we can see here, they don't even kill them. And then they just die. And again, the game's just in a very bad state. Again, this is a game I couldn't make mistakes because my bot lane was hard losing. So I needed to at least play around top. Okay, so my Nami gets caught in this situation. I'm in a pretty happy state right now with this early game that I have put myself in. Ari is looking to come bot here. She TPs. I'm just not thinking about the Vex at all. Not thinking about mid move, just a common 101 mistake. I think we can fight this. I compensate. I'm like, Ari's going in, gotta go. And I literally just jump in there and die. Even if Ari hits that charm, we can't kill anyway. We don't have the damage. I have a level 5 Jinx. Ari's going to use her entire combo, even on Nautilus. You just can't compensate for your team, guys. Just let them go in, but you got to pick your time and your windows. It's got to be high percentage as Reksai. I know the enemy jungler is top here. I'm looking to come help my top lane. They start fighting. So I'm trying to get here ASAP. I E over the wall. I see the Rengar there. The game's in a very, very vulnerable state right now. Whoever wins this fight's basically going to be able to win the game. And I just literally just ignore I don't ignore the brand behind me, but what I do is I greed for the kill on Camille. I'm trying to get that QR snap, but even if I QR here, I'm dead anyway. So I probably should just be turning on the brand here, but I'm just greeding for that one. I'm just tunnel vision on that 1 kill, and then that he's able to survive there, and then the game just explodes, and then Veigar dies, and that's just really bad. So don't greed for kills. Think about killing the sort of the closest person next to you, the highest priority target. All right, so I'm looking to kill the Vayne here. Me and Darius are camping. Darius has pretended to recall. Waiting to go in. I have 1,500 gold in my inventory, guys. I don't do much damage right now. So whenever you're making plays at 9 minutes with a longsword inventory, I recommend against it. As we're going to see here, I'm playing really patient here. I'm sort of just waiting for, I think he only has a ninja tub as well. So we just absolutely just overforce this. I think I E'd not even on max fury. And yeah, we just trade 1-for-1 there. And that's just, that play should never be a 1-for-1 play. I probably shouldn't be overstaying there. And just identifying here that you just don't do much damage as Reksai when you don't have items or any champ, I guess you could say. And then everyone sort of just dies here. Kali cleans up and then it's just the game explodes. And again, the game was even, but then I just put the game in a very, very hard state to win. Okay, so my Katarina is rotating. I'm looking for a potential fight mid here. I have absolutely everything up, so this is looking pretty good. I flash. I get the Zeri flash. We just focus front to back, just killing the I don't want to ult the Leona. I sort of just want to hold it for a potential other fight. And then I Q here, and then, this is sort of what I call just getting baited by, a low HP target. I mean, even again, if I kill this, I'm probably going to die anyway. I wasn't thinking about the Ari, and then I just get absolute one shot. I don't even kill him, and then I bait my team, and the game just explodes. Pretty simple mistake there. You really got to think about, can I actually kill them? Karma shields, all that sort of stuff. Do I actually have the damage to kill them? All right, so we got Baron right now. It's 22 minutes in the game. My team is pushing mid. I'm looking to get into a flank position, but this is just me not accounting for all their members. If I'm thinking of what the enemy Ari wants to do, she also wants to be in a flank position. So I just run here. I mean, my team's not even, we have no wards here. It's just so coin flip to walk in here like this, and then I die, and then we lose all pressure, and our Baron is gone. And then our team dies, and then we lose the game. All right, so setting up in my brush, getting my control wards, looking to get a pick over the wall. I follow Bard. Remember, guys, I have no Prowler's Claw, so it's going to be hard for me to get on people. I just overcommit, and I literally just get killed there. It's a very embarrassing death. Very sloppy there. You must be playing around your Prowler's Claw, guys. I don't have Prowler's Claw. It's just going to be, I don't have E. You can't just walk at people and kill people, Especially with all these abilities like Gale Force and everything. So compensating for teammates 101. I'm a level 3 Reksai with no items. My Yone is getting collapsed on. I feel like for some reason that we can potentially fight. I want to, help the Yone, and then I just die here, and then I lose Crab and my Raptors, and then it's just the game just explodes and my team gets baited, and then we lose the game from the early game. I then compensate for Yone. This is the same game. Coming in again. I E there, pretty poor E, Yone has used all his abilities. I don't have follow-up. I don't have the damage to kill Katarina. So then I overextend. I'm level 3 as well, guys. This is sort of a result from that really bad early game. And now I've really dug myself, in a hole that's going to be almost impossible to get out of. All right, so I'm in a really good state right now. I've done a lot of work. My bot lane right now is, looking to dive. I should just be going there to dive, but for some reason, I feel like I can, because I have ults and everything, I can kill. Even if I kill Zara here, I'll take so much damage, Cassidy will just kill me anyway. And obviously my Ari can't follow up anyway. I think I didn't even do a max Fury E there. Really sloppy stuff, and I've just given Cassidy way back into the game there. I should have just dived bot when Zara was mid, who was their support. So really, really bad stuff. I'm just compensating. I should just be looking for other high impact plays on the map. So I've identified bot as my win condition at this point. I'm looking to pressure, bot, looking to dive. I get seen on this ward, so remember the common theme, guys, is the moment you're seen on a ward, your kill threat, your pressure, your dive threat goes down dramatically. So I'm coming here, I am looking to hover my bot lane, but the enemy team has plenty of time to set this up. They know my intention, it's clear. They know I'm going to be looking to dive this, so I come here. Potentially could just kill the Jinx there, but again, I really shouldn't be going for this play because everyone went missing and the enemy top lane is going to be ready to TP here. They come down here and then they just clean everyone up. I should just be letting Ari get the wins. Let her push mid for free. Let them waste their time. But we overcommit on the dive there and everyone literally dies. And there goes our win condition. All right, so our team's pretty far ahead in this clip. I'm 3-2-5. Got pretty good CS numbers. Come here looking for my Vega. I'm level 14. Graves has Eclipse. I mean, Graves is just hard to kill, guys. Look at that. It's not even close. This is what I definitely learned as well as, Graves, you can't one-shot Graves, especially in the later stages of the game when he has a level advantage. So I completely just make this game very difficult from going for that play and dying for no reason. Again, not identifying that I have kill threat or if I don't have kill threat on champions. Because the moment you're in, as Reksai, you're in. You have to kill 1-for-1 at max. At minimum, sorry. I help mid push in. I'm identifying I need to help bot. They're heavy trading, so coming straight in bot here. But look at the wave, guys. My bot lane, obviously Nami's dead. Caitlyn is I'm just running in here. The wave's in a bad spot. It's just a pointless gank. Anyway, all my jungle camps are up if you can look at the map as well, and I just die for absolutely free. My Caitlyn just spam pings me. I mean, this is just ridiculous gameplay, guys. Why am I going for that? All I need to do is defend Caitlyn, let her get the CS, instead of running in there and trying to think I'm a hero, I can kill people. I don't even have ult. I'm level 4, and I give Jinx red buff here. Really basic stuff, guys. Gonna lose your games. I've done really well this game. I'm 4-1-2. Looking to hover my Philios. get the Sona flash. No reason to flash after a level 6 Sona. You know, it's like, who cares? It's 11 minutes in the game. It's like, what do we get from this kill? Are we going to be able to break this down, get an inhibitor 11 minutes? Completely pointless. The key rule here is thinking about, okay, hold your flash for high impact plays. You know, that's a very low impact play. There's no point. That's just an ego kill, wanting to kill people. And then I bait my entire team and we completely throw the game. All right, this situation, I think I'm pretty happy. I think I've got a pretty good flank. Leona misses her ult. My Jax is bot lane. Enemy top laner is missing. For some reason, I feel like I can go in on this. You know, Cassio does have ult, but, you know, this is just an absolute suicide play here. And we just get absolutely rinsed here. Again, we're in a great position here. We'll just bait in Baron and then everyone dies and then the game's over. Looking for a flank here. I'm level 4. I don't have Dirk. Going for the Lux here. Level 4 with no Dirk Reksai, you have no kill threat. I'm literally getting soloed by this guy. It's not even close. Check your items, guys. Check the level advantages. You can't kill people 2 levels ahead of you unless you've got, you know, insane items, and maybe it's like an 80 carry later in the stage. But even then, it's still going to be difficult. Coming down bot here, my bot lane's heavy trading. This is a situation where I probably don't have much follow-up. There's a pretty big minion wave here. I do have Dirk, so I'm relatively strong. But, I mean, look at the size of this wave, guys. It's just ridiculous. My team can't help. Lux is going to hit a Q. It's not going to be possible. The enemy team's pretty healthy still. And even Yasuo is behind me, and then he just gets an ult here. And I just completely baiting my team here, guys. I'm a level 4 Reksai. I am not that useful. My Jax gets solo killed here. 2 levels behind. I have 1,600 gold in my inventory. Just want to show how weak you are without ult. And, you know, with all this gold in inventory, I just get free dived here trying to come here. I don't have ult, so I'm just dead there. I mean, if I had ult, maybe I could kill that and turn that, but very weak there. I was through. This is a game where I couldn't make a mistake. I had a pretty good early game and stuff. Obviously, my team was bleeding, but I could still win that game. Completely make the game unplayable now. Now Riven's out of control, and I probably shouldn't be playing towards my strong side anyway. I probably should just be mid or bot. Great example here of me being really far ahead, but I have no ult, so it just because I am far ahead doesn't mean that I can actually kill people. I am playing this pretty patiently, which I do like. Vayne, I see collapsing there. I probably should have turned on her sooner, but I just get stunned here again. I'm going, for some reason, I'm identifying Riven as the highest. Yes, Riven is a high threat target, but I can't kill Riven without ults. He's just going to gore drink, as we see there. I waste my ult, then they can just clean me up here. And then, you know, this game just becomes pretty unplayable. And I give a shutdown as well to the Riven. 0-0-4, I've had a pretty good early game. I'm identifying bot as a win condition. I've sort of weak-sided my top lane here. So I'm just going for, you know, simple, looking to deny bot, get some waves, denial. I have ult-I Prowler's Claw. But I'm just completely overforcing this. It's just the worst ults, guys. Like, terrible ults. Like, just play the small wins, get the tower, force them off. I put myself in a bad position. And then I just die there for absolutely no reason. All my pressure on that map is now gone. Really important rule of thumb, guys. Check Zhonya's. I'm literally focusing the Silas with Zhonya's Hourglass here, guys. I'm going to use my entire combo on him. I have 1,600 gold in my inventory. You know, we're behind. What am I doing? You know, this is just how you throw games just so quickly. I mean, I don't even throw games. I just seal the deal for the game right now for my team. It's not even close. I should be waiting more patient. Don't go on targets with Zhonya's unless you know that you're going to be able to kill them and cleanly get out. This is sort of just showing that how useless Reksai is without Prowler's Claw, without ult. I just am not able to get on this Kindred at all. I'm just running in here. I literally just gift basically free kills. I'm trying to E in there. Like, what are you doing, Nathan? Wake up. Really late game here. You know, we're pretty much going to close out this game. I don't really need to force any plays, but because I'm in a flank position, I think, woohoo, I'm so good, look at me. And I literally just run in here and just die. And, you know, this is the level of mistakes that we're talking about. Look at the score, guys, 16-6. I think I'm all super strong here, but this is just not how you play Reksai. You know, I'm running into the Nocturne here. It's just not even close. He's got Gore Drinker. You got to identify your kill threat, guys, you know, if you're going to be fighting. And then I bait my team and then we die. So a bit of a disaster. Great example showing how weak this champion can be even when you're ahead. All right, common mistakes I'm going to see with lower elo Rek'Sai players. We've obviously gone over a lot of the ones already, but just to recap here, and things I see all the time. Not resetting in the early game. The moment you have 1100, 1175 gold, I don't care what camps are up, recall, straight on the map, pressure. Obviously, we're going to be seeing, I see all the time with lower elo players, they're going to be doing on the Gank Theory scale, the 3 and the 4, making sure you're identifying the 1 and the 2 area, not hitting camps. You know, I mean, obviously this also ties into that model. I just see Reksai just running around killing people, going for low impact kills like we've talked about. Mid-game, not buying control wards. Dying in the mid-game for no reason, not looking at where your team is, where the enemy team is, not tracking the enemy jungler. Jungle tracking is a really important fundamental here. As I said, it's very easy to throw games, especially early game leads. And the other biggest, really big mistake here I see is showing on the map a lot. The moment you show on the map, your pressure in the game is 0 as Reksai. You're absolutely useless. You know, getting behind, as I said, this champion is not very good. So those are the common things to recap here. What you need to be avoiding, and look for these in your review as you're learning the champion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and we'll see you in my next video.